And we're live.
Oh.
Boys, Champions League, Europa League, Champions League round of 16, Europa League round of 16 as well. Or playoff,
No.
second leg,
No.
rather.
No, it's not round of 16.
Playoff second
to
leg.
get
Playoff
into
second
the
leg.
round of 16.
Yeah.
Round of
Correct,
32.
correct.
Round of
Is it?
32. Something like that.
Something like that.
But yeah, some interesting matchups. And we're here to talk about it with y'all. So let's get right into it.
Want
So-
to just say what's up to the chat, to LaFleur.
Oh, yeah. We got Anthony LaFleur saying, let's go.
He also said, what up, footy culture? Liverpool underestimated the magic of the Don Carlo and Real Madrid and got cooked and put in this
Split.
split because of it. I was
That's
like, wait.
crazy.
You gotta take a second.
Like, hold on.
But yeah, Anthony, bro, you're right. We'll get into that later, but can never underestimate Real Madrid. Never, man. Champions League pedigree. And as a Barca fan, it hurts to say that.
Mm.
But yeah, we'll start off with Tuesday's games. So the first game we had Eintracht Frankfurt versus Napoli. Napoli ended up winning 2-0. Goal from Victor Osimhen and Giovanni Di Lorenzo. Now Napoli were running riot, bro. Before Colomwani got sent off, he was having quite the game. He was doing his thing, dictating, being a nuisance in the attack, if you will. And, he's causing a bit of a disturbance for the Napoli defense. But eventually went into, like, a little cleats up kind of tackle. Some say it was a little, might be 50-50 because, like, the way that, like, they were both going into slide to it. But unfortunately, his cleats were studs up. And he ended up clipping one of the Napoli players and got sent off. But could have been a different game if he stayed on. He got sent off in the 58th minute, so at that point, it was only 1-0 with Victor Osimhen scoring the first goal. Nice cheeky goal after Lozano bursting down the wing and then whips it in to Osimhen at the back post. Decent little finish. And then Giovanni Di Lorenzo, nice little hit with the weak foot after some good play from Zambo and Kvica Kvaradona.
Mm-hmm.
Nice little back heel from Kvica. Sets up Giovanni Di Lorenzo. Cheeky little goal, man. But Napoli, what a team, man. Doing it in the league and now doing it in the UCL too. It's looking good for them, man.
What did I say about Kivica Kvaratskhelia?
What did you
What did
say?
you say, man?
I said he was bloody cooking.
Yeah, what's he
I
cooking?
backed him. I
Yeah.
backed him large.
Yeah.
How so?
I said that he has this kind of talent that's hard to emulate. And I saw that with that back heel assist.
Yeah,
Not a lot of players are pulling that.
What about that first touch, though?
nice
He-
little turn.
He has the touch of, as they say in Georgia, Jesus.
What?
What?
He's good, man.
Yeah.
Talented, man.
He's a solid player, man. Him and Victor lighting things up. The only question is, can this dynamic duo stay at Napoli?
I don't know, man. I saw De Laurentiis came out and said that Napoli don't have a problem with contracts. And if the players want to stay, I'm sure they'll pay them. But I'm sure there's going to be some big offers coming come summer for both of them. But De Laurentiis has always been a hard guy to play with
Yeah,
in terms of selling players like Higuain, Mertens.
pretty firm on his
Koulibaly.
stance.
Like, he's usually pretty firm when he wants to keep a player. But, like, if someone comes in, like Premier League team comes in with, like, 150 million for Osimhen, like Chelsea, for example, who still need a striker.
It's
It's tough to say no to that much money, man.
What I don't understand is when Italian fans, Italian managers, all this say, I forget who it was recently, but someone from the Serie A was saying, we can't compete. All these leagues are spending too much. AI, like Premier League. And they're just complaining. It's like, end of the day, football's a business. Clearly, the Premier League is, sure, spending all the money, but are they winning the titles? European-wise?
Not really.
Not necessarily, right? They have a handful of trophies in the last couple of years, but you still have Real Madrid who's bossing it. They don't really spend crazy amounts unless they know they got a player who, like, they spend wisely. They spend knowingly that, hey, if I'm going to spend on a youth talent who's going to, become something great. Like Modric, Cruz, they've lasted long enough where they can be like, yeah, we've spent and we got the money back with what we've spent on. So yeah, too, like, okay, you have teams competing now, like Napoli, but at the end of the day, football's a business. You kind of want your high-profile players to go for quite a bit of a buck. At the end of the day, if Osimhen or Kvara are gonna go for 100 million, like, I feel like you're doing good business here, right? For what you paid for.
Mm-hmm.
So for some of these coaches, players, managers, team owners to complain about this money being spent elsewhere, let them spend the money. These are the owners that are going to be going in debt in the future, having to do financial fair play problems, not be able to do transfers like City going through right now. and let them go their work. By the end of the day, if teams like Napoli are still cooking and actually showing that they're able to compete with teams in high level, and hey, okay, it's okay. Send the players, sell the players for a good buck, and then okay, restart all over again. End of the day, if you can compete in the league, go for it. But if you can't reach Champions League and Europa League level, okay, you're also competing with the rest of the top leagues in the world. But if you can boss in a Serie A in your own league, then you're doing a good job. That's in my opinion.
True. We got Will Chan saying there will be massive offers to Napoli. Massive, bro. I can see that. I can see, like, if teams want it, they could steal like 4, 5 players maybe from Napoli. Because who's hot right now? Osimhen, Kvara, Zambo Anguissa.
I can see
having a
Anguissa
great
going to
season.
Premier League as well. Or French. We're back to the French.
He came from the Prem. He came from Fulham.
He
But-
did, but
but
he had
he-
a resurgence kind of season.
Yeah,
He's
and
playing super well
He
now.
can go to like a top 5, 6 team. I'm sure Tottenham can pick them up. Spend the money. Get a
Maybe.
better midfield.
Even Kim Min-jae,
Yeah.
outstanding season. I could see a team possibly coming in with an offer, right?
I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be similar to Ajax when Ajax got raided when they had that season. I think Napoli's owner is more difficult to deal with, and I think he'll be more stubborn with letting that many players go. I'm sure maybe 1 or 2 will get sold on, but I don't think all of them, and I don't think both Kvara and Osimhen will go. Like, I think if one of them goes, maybe Osimhen, because he's been there a little bit longer. They already have a few other strikers that are there that can maybe step in and fill his role like they did earlier this season, but I can't see both of them going, man. I can't. I feel like, if one of them goes, I think, the other one will get like a nice raise, nice contract extension from De Laurentiis, and they'll try to run it back, I think, with at least one of them. But maybe 1 or 2 of the midfielders go, like maybe someone like Zielinski maybe gets a move, someone like Lobotka, who's been playing very well under the radar as well for them. But I don't know, like, it's just one of those teams where it seems like even if 1 or 2 of these guys go, they're all so bought into the system that I feel like they can still run it back even without 1 or 2 of these guys next season, because they have some depth. And I think they've been scouting so well and buying the right players for the system under Spalletti. I think they might not even have a problem replacing some of these players because they've been scouting so well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a raise in Serie A is like 2 mil a year to 4 mil a year.
Yeah, it's nothing, bro. It's
It's
peanuts.
nothing. Osimhen could probably get like 10 mil a year in the Prem.
More than that, probably. But I think of the two, I think Osimhen's more likely to leave, because I think right now more teams that have the money to spend would need a striker over a winger. I think like teams that would be able to afford and would suit Kvara, Madrid, he's not going to go to Madrid because they already have Vini. Barca could use him, but they don't have
Can't
the
afford
funds. City could use him. They have the funds, but who knows what's going on with this financial fair play. Will they still be
That
able
don't
to
mean
throw
a thing,
money
bro.
around? Right? Chelsea already bought 1 million wingers in the winter and last summer. I don't think they're going to be in for a winger. I think they'll be in for Osimhen. And then that leaves you with what? Maybe United, but I think United again will probably be more in for Osimhen than they would be for Kvara.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think of the two, Osimhen will be more likely to leave.
Yeah.
Just because of how many teams right now are kind of lacking a 9. You can even technically throw Bayern in there that need a 9 as well. I don't think they'll throw that kind of money around that the Prem teams will, but I think that's kind of what you're looking at in terms of like so many teams need 9s right now, and Osimhen would be that guy, right? And to be honest, I wouldn't even be surprised if like he goes and he flops.
Yeah.
Because this system right now, like, it's clicking for him, and sometimes there are these strikers where the system works, you have the right players around you, the right vibe. Him and Kvara, they have that, it's almost like they got twin telepathy.
They
You know,
share the pitch well. They share the
know
ball
how to
well
play
too.
with each other.
Yeah.
You go to a different team, maybe you don't have that same chemistry with the team around you. Maybe you don't the players don't have that same vision that you have with the players here, and they know how to play with each other. That can easily happen. And once you have that 150 million price tag slapped on you, then all kinds of pressure starts to mount. You don't score in 3 games, and you see how high the pressure can get. Look at players like Nunez, who's just coming into form now. Even Gakpo's had a rocky start as well. Like some of these players that have been bought for a lot of money go into a different environment and they don't gel right away.
That tells you a lot about the player, though.
You think?
Yeah, if they can't hit their price tag, I think 90% of the time it's their fault.
But let's say a player gets bought for, let's say Osimhen gets bought for 150 million. Let's say, just throwing a a number out there because that's probably realistically what it would take. If he goes to a team and he's not able to score or do as well as he's doing at Napoli, I mean, realistically, what does it mean to fulfill 150 million price tag?
Yeah.
What do you have to do?
Nowadays, you have to be like Mbappe levels, scoring at least 20, 30 goals a season.
I don't know, because
As a forward?
Mudryk went for how much, and he's almost 007 now.
Yeah,
It's
but
5 games,
not
0
a
goals, 0
striker, though.
assists.
Yeah, but he was
A
he's
winger.
Not, he's not a proven player either. Like I don't know again because he went for a price that was like ridiculous. We can all say that.
Mm.
But coming from a player from the Ukrainian league who is in a big league, the only really great like competitive football you can see a player like that competing is if you're playing in Champions League. If you're competing with Real Madrid in the group stages or whatever, see, okay, this kid's talented. He's able to out of the 11 players on the pitch, he stands out, and he's scoring like maybe a goal or getting assist. With some of these matches. But you're saying he didn't even get like a goal or 2 last season, his whole career, Shakhtar.
Didn't have a lot. Probably
Yeah,
less than
right.
10.
So for a player like Osimhen, who's already proved it at the top level, already proving it in Serie A, getting all these goals and stuff, like those players, yeah, like they have something to prove because they've already shown it and it was already provided at a different team. So being transferred to a team like at the next level, top 20 team in the world, like you have to prove something.
Yeah.
But it's going to be hard, like James said, because you're sharing a pitch with like now 5 different players going forward, not just Cavada. Because if he's going to United, you mean like a white horse too. Like he's good, but he's not the same player. He's gonna have to share the ball out with Rashford, Anthony,
Bruno.
Bruno. You know what I mean? Any
Yeah.
team. And realistically, what team really suits him, I'd say, is Chelsea a little bit. Because like they don't really have a player who likes to hold onto the ball that much. Maybe Mudryk, who just got there.
They already have Nkunku coming in the summer as well.
Yeah.
Felix, maybe does he stay or does the loan end in 6 months? Like, there's a lot of question marks too with that Chelsea team. Like, who's still going to be there next season in terms of forwards? But I definitely think like they need a 9.
Yeah.
They
for
need
sure.
a 9. United need a 9.
Chelsea have a 9 though.
Whomst.
Aubameyang.
Oh, man, he's
Bro.
really set.
Potter doesn't rate him,
They
man.
didn't even-
Why?
didn't
They
even
needed
put
a striker for their UCL squad. He didn't get. He didn't get the
Why,
call.
though? I don't know why.
I don't know.
Then wasn't he already on the team and they got rid of him to add a different player?
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's so good though.
I don't know, man.
Gaffer doesn't rate him.
Well, I don't rate the gaffer.
Yeah.
Tough,
That's a
bro.
different
You
story,
step
though.
in then.
Yeah.
Do the job.
No. But who really rates the gaffer? Isn't Chelsea in 10th, 9th?
Well,
Yeah.
they're facing Spurs this weekend. So if they can
Game.
get something, a good win result this weekend, then it's different. But it's going to be tough.
When didn't João Felix win goal of the month because it was the only goal in the month?
Yeah.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
Actually?
Yeah.
So put a striker, maybe put a Aubameyang, and maybe he'll score.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Oh.
crazy. I didn't realize.
He's not rated like that, I guess. I don't know.
But they're not scoring.
I don't know. At the same time, Aubameyang.
How
doesn't
much
get
worse can
minutes.
he do than not score? They're not scoring anyways.
You
I
can't
don't know,
really get
man.
much
Maybe
worse
there's
than
beef that we don't know about.
That. It must be that. There must have been some kind of training ground bust up.
Probably. Yeah, probably.
There's no way. Because why else would he not be in the side?
I don't know. Don't ask me.
I don't know.
I don't know. The thing for me for Napoli, like, if they win the league, which they probably will, I don't see any reason why any of these big players would want to stay. Because a big team comes calling. How many more chances do you have?
No, 100%.
You don't know if you're gonna have another stellar season like you will the next season. Sometimes these big clubs only come calling once. You gotta take your chance. That's
Well,
why I can't see these players like Osimhen, Kvara, Kim maybe staying. Because if they win, then they did their thing.
Yeah.
They did what they're supposed to do. Because last time Napoli won was what? Maradona era?
91.
91. There you go. How long is that?
Long time.
Long time.
But is the gaffer the kind of player, the owners, whatever, to like say no, you're not moving?
Can you really force a player to stay though?
Well, not really.
Yeah.
Nowadays,
Harry Kane.
yeah,
But Harry Kane's signing these contracts.
But look at Koulibaly for how long he was there. He realistically probably could have and should have got a move like 4 or 5 seasons ago.
But that's a player who I feel like, yes, he could have had a big move, but I feel like he didn't really. Like nowadays, when players want to move, they'll do anything it takes to get that move.
yeah, like
They
they'll
won't
stop
show up
going to training, stuff
they'll
like
stop
that.
doing everything. And
But
then
do you think Kvara, Osimhen, and Kim are the kind of players to do that? to
Never
force
know,
a
bro.
move?
you never know.
Never
man.
know.
Money talks, bro. If
When you're
gonna get-
desperate,
yeah,
Desperate things call for desperate measures, bro.
I
money
don't know,
talks.
man. Like I think Kim, people forget Kim's like he's in his prime right now. Like he's like 26, 27, maybe even 28. Like he's been around. You know, I think like a player like that, like maybe you find your fit with Napoli and you you ride it out because at the same time, yes, you may only have one chance to make that move to Madrid, which I don't think is going to happen for any of them because I don't think Madrid really needs any of them. But it's like at the end of the day, like, what if that's not the right fit? You take the chance of ruining something that you know works and you're having success and you're, being considered a world-class top talent, and then risk moving and flopping, and then you end up back in Turkey, let's say, for example, back playing in the Turkish league. You see that happen with a lot of these players.
Yeah, but as a player, you do that 10 out of 10 times.
Yeah, you got to secure the bag because you don't know how long you're going to be playing for. You don't know how long you're going to be good for. If that big money offer comes, most players would probably take it.
But realistically speaking, like, how many teams that need these players are going to be better than Napoli next season?
It doesn't matter. There's bigger clubs than Napoli. No one dreams of playing for Napoli.
Yeah,
Okay, but
unless you're
Bavaro
from
wasn't
there.
dreaming of playing for Napoli. He dreamed of playing for Real Madrid.
But they're not going to move anywhere else in Serie A. They're not going to move anywhere in La Liga.
Yeah, but let's say Napoli win the league.
Yeah.
There's nothing above that.
Champions
if you
League.
stay, that's not happening.
That's not realistic.
What if they make they make a Cinderella run semifinal?
Then
that's
the
not
farthest
winning.
they'll go.
Yeah, it's not winning it then.
But semifinal run, you think let's run it back? Maybe we can win it next year.
Nah, I think they'll think that's like their peak. That's the best they could have done.
You think?
Yeah.
You can go higher at Napoli than winning the league. That's the peak.
You think they can win the league again next year?
No.
No.
You don't think so? With Juve struggling a little bit?
It's
Milan,
tough to
Inter?
like replicate insane kind of form like this.
I don't think it's insane though.
Bro,
I don't think
Osimhen has
it's
how
insane.
many goals?
Yeah, but like it's
Kvara has double digits in
it's-
goals and assists. Like,
he's
come on.
he's had a good career so far. He's had good numbers last season too. And like for a player like that, I guess he's still young. He's kind of reaching his like form now. He's not even in his prime, I would say. And he's finally getting. And then the Cavada is like 1 in a million. A kid who came out of nowhere, like kind of just showed up and has actually quality like that.
Ronaldo's like what 22.
Yeah, but I mean like that's probably his form. Like he can get better too, and they can definitely run it back if they're the same team. And Gisa too surprised a lot of people. Surprised me.
It can also be a purple patch.
Yeah.
But at the
never
same
know.
time, when if teams like Juve are struggling, Milan looks at their DNA is like lost again. Inter Milan is like, who knows if they're gonna have Lukaku next season, whoever they're gonna have a striker. You know what I mean? Lutaro's in and out of form always every season. Their midfield sometimes like disappears in games.
Realistically speaking, no other team in Serie A has a lot of money, and no other team in Serie A is really going to be able to spend money to be able to improve their squad that they have right now.
No, for sure. Because
If anything, they might get worse.
the way the market is nowadays and how it's true. Like the good players are not going to into the Serie A. High quality profile players are not going to go to the Serie A.
Yeah.
The only good players that are going to go to Serie A is if you find them out of the blue.
Yeah.
Bring them from,
A lot of reclamation projects
Bring them from
or
any-
young talents that maybe are being overlooked. So you need to have like a team like Napoli, teams like Atalanta. You see them doing consistently well or decent because they have great scouting systems. They have a great eye for talent. They can sell a player, replace them like that.
And a lot of the players that
Right.
you see them going to the Serie A and like surprisingly do well are players that are kind of like thrown away from like the other higher leagues too, like Ingisa, like Lookman, like you know what I mean. All these players who were supposed to be quality players in the Premier League or La Liga, going into Serie A and they're surprisingly doing well there.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. If you want to risk it and going back to the league you came from and knowing that you didn't do well, but you're also gonna be paying a big buck,
Yeah.
it's like it's hard.
Yeah.
And then the players too, right? The managers, if they want to get the players gone, it's always money.
Yeah. Well, I agree with you. If Napoli win, it's only downhill from there.
I thought you were agreeing with him about Harry Maguire being perfect in Serie A.
You guys think?
Yeah, probably. I think so.
Because he doesn't get much playing time now,
No, he's done.
for obvious reasons,
He's
right?
done. He's done.
But like, tough, bro. Seeing the gaffer go out like that, or the captain go out like that.
Where is he going though?
He's not the captain anymore, man.
Where is he going? Like, see if he's Harry Maguire is going to Serie A, what team?
Atalanta.
Atalanta.
Oh,
Yeah.
Come on.
3 at the back team.
Probably.
he's a threat at the back
Roma.
merchant.
I can
man.
see Roma
Roma.
Yeah,
Roma?
Roma.
under
Him and Smalling.
under Mourinho.
Ew, bro.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
could
Roma.
even see Juve.
We'll sing Inter
Inter as well, yeah.
as a thing replacement.
Skriniar
Skriniar replacement.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy,
Right
bro.
at the back, right in the middle of that back three.
Or a
He'd
downgrade,
probably
bro.
cook in the Serie A, to be honest.
Ooh, Harry, yeah.
Yeah,
He's
man.
talented.
He's a big body. It's like
What?
kinda they
You
got
said
over
he's
there.
what?
Oh no, I was thinking about another player.
Who are you thinking of, bro?
Harry Styles.
I don't know.
But
Like, he's a big body for Serie A. I think they do well. Yeah, in the Premier League, you need a player who can honestly that can play out of the back and is just smart. I don't care if you're
playing
big.
for a big. If you're playing for like a good team, you need to
Yeah.
be able to play with the ball. Harry Maguire would do great on like a Leicester or like a Nottingham, like a team that's going to
where it
be
came from.
scrappy. You know, teams that are going to be
That's true.
scrapping it
'Cause,
out.
man,
It'll be great. But if a team is going to be possessing the ball and the center backs are going to have 100+ touches a game and they're going to be the ones almost
he's not
dictating the
guy.
play,
He's not the
you
guy.
need to have someone who's more consistently confident and more stable on the ball.
Yeah.
Because you see some times where he'll hold on to the ball a little too long. He'll try to make a move to avoid the pressure, and then
just
he loses the ball
always.
every single time. So it's like if he's playing in a low block and he's just heading the ball out, I think he'd be great.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, that's that Napoli Frankfurt tie 2-0 in the first leg. You guys think they go through?
Napoli?
Yeah.
I think the tie's done. Without
think it's done.
Colomwani in the second leg
It's gonna
as
be tough.
well, it's going to be tough because I think he's been their brightest spark going forward. And if there's anyone that would maybe be able to inspire them to maybe some kind of comeback, it would have been him. Obviously, you can never say never in football. And I think, last year in the Europa League, like, was it Boré that came out of nowhere and he just was scoring all kinds of goals to kind of win them ties. So maybe that happens again. Personally, I can't see it. And I think with Frankfurt right now, there's a lot of rumors of their players leaving the club. And, there's a lot of turnover within the squad. So I think that maybe that's kind of catching up with them a little bit too. And congestion with league fixtures and cup fixtures and Champions League. It's a lot for a team like Frankfurt that I don't think are the deepest. So I think Napoli will take it. Like maybe they won't win the second leg. Maybe it'll be a tie. But I think Napoli will progress.
I think whether Frankfurt have Kabilame back or not, Kabilame.
Stop.
Colomwani?
yeah, they wouldn't be able to do it.
It's tough. It's a tall task.
Napoli are like, they're just on fire. They're looking like prime Golden State, just like can't be beat. They're just so like on an attacking like standpoint, they're just like on fire.
Like all the players have like an aura about
Yeah.
them right now, and they're all kind of like playing under their skin. Like I feel like a lot of times that they're like, "Yo, how am I doing this right
Cavada
now?"
has an aura,
Yeah.
and I'm not even saying like he's attractive. Like he just like has an
Exactly,
aura.
yeah. I think it's the socks.
The socks.
The low sock
yeah,
hang
yeah, that helps.
with the shin
It's
pad
the
peeking out,
socks.
bro.
Can't lie, that
It's the
helps.
socks for me. Like
That helps. Yeah, it's different because I grew up on Neymar having long socks,
Yeah, facts.
short socks, man.
but it's different.
The short socks
Doesn't
like,
work when you play on turf though.
like the not like crazy muscular legs. Like they're just kind of
He has good calves.
They're just kind of like normal legs, Like there's nothing crazy about them.
Who's this?
Kavada.
Yeah, I don't
Like he's got a nice pale complexion. Almost blends in with the shorts, and the socks. It's just like the vibe's kind of different, and players don't know how to defend him yet. I think that's kind of the craziest thing. It'll be interesting to see, like, give it maybe a season. Can he replicate it? Once maybe teams know how to defend him a little bit better. But I mean, hey, it's been like what almost 70% of the season now, and teams still haven't figured out how to defend him. So who knows, right?
Facts. We got Anthony saying Napoli will go through. I think they can be a dark horse to reach the final and maybe win the CL. Winning the CL, that's kind of crazy. I don't know if they can win the CL.
I think they can.
How though?
They're pretty
They
good.
win the games.
They are good, but they don't have that pedigree of the CL.
True.
I can't see a team that hasn't won the CL winning it this year.
Why not?
Yeah, but
You need that
Weren't
CL
you calling
pedigree.
PSG?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Ah,
But PSG is different.
I know they're
How
done
they
though.
different, though?
But we'll get to
how are they
that.
different?
Man, look at the players they got.
Look at the play Napoli
have.
got.
They don't have Messi.
Yeah, but
It's fair.
I saw a good tweet, and it was true. Maturing is realizing. Gotta hold Messi and Neymar more accountable.
It's facts.
No.
Just they don't do anything. They have good numbers on the season, like if you actually look at the stats, but like you saw that first leg, they didn't care.
They don't do anything unless they do something. That makes sense. I know it sounds kind of stupid, but like unless they're like scoring, assisting each other, 'cause it seems like it's really only the three of them that will just play with each other up top.
It's moments.
They don't really do much else.
It's moments.
It's kind of moments footy, yeah. It's like prime Ole.
It's only Mbappe really who you see really going for the ball, running with the ball, carrying like to recover the ball, like any opportunity to like reach for a goal, opportunity, chance, whatever it is.
Yeah. And how fit is he?
And it's true though. As soon as he wasn't playing, okay, we'll get to that. But like they need him.
Yeah.
We'll get to that though. But they need him.
Yeah, Napoli, CL, dark horses, maybe.
I don't think
If
so.
they get the right run, it could happen, man. Like who knows? Like let's say they beat Frankfurt, and they come up against Porto. Let's say Porto beat Inter. Napoli could beat Porto, right? And maybe they move on and they play Dortmund. They can beat Dortmund, right? And the next thing you know, they're playing Madrid in the final.
What a fairy tale run, bro.
Yeah.
Man's got the script leaked,
I
huh?
got the script league, man.
Moments FC / Prime Ole says
Yeah.
Will. Yeah, maybe.
Who knows, man?
But I don't think Napoli will win the CL, bro. They'll go through the tie. Maybe go through the next tie after that, but I think that's the furthest they'll go, low key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess we'll see, man.
But yeah, that was Napoli Frankfurt, and then moving on to the other Tuesday game. What a game it was! Liverpool versus Real Madrid.
Mm.
Crazy game, man. 5-2. 2-0 up early for Liverpool. Man like Nunez with a cheeky little back heel kind of goal. And then Salah doubling it to make it 2-0. Vini, like not too long after, makes it 2-1. And then Vini again, 10 minutes later, 2-2. I think right before the half, Militao, 3-2. And then 4-2 Benz, 5-2 Benz. Crazy game. Madrid putting 5 past Liverpool at Anfield.
That's crazy, man.
Crazy, bro. What do you guys think about this?
I was thinking like I saw like felt my wrist vibrating at work. You know, I'm just, okay, something must be happening in the games. Like I'm getting way too many text messages. So I peep the score. I'm thinking, 1-0, okay. And the texts start coming again, 2-0. I'm just like, are Liverpool back? Like I see them seeing Salah scoring, Nunez is scoring. I'm just like, yo, Liverpool might be back. Like,
Psych.
and then next thing you know, it was 2-2. And then Militao 3-2. And it's just like, man, like Modric is crazy. That's all I have to say, man. Like he ran that Liverpool midfield like low-key by himself. Like they could have put all three midfielders on Modric and he would have just been fine.
Yeah.
Like there was that one, I think it was the 5th goal, the Benzema goal. It was a throw in for Liverpool. Trent throws it in to I think Fabinho. Modric reads the pass from like maybe like 5 to 7 yards away. He anticipates the pass, runs in, intercepts the ball right off of Fabinho, runs up the pitch, boom, boom, goal. And it's like, this is probably like, what, late in the game, probably like 70, 80 minutes.
Yeah.
Guy's like, what, 36, 37 years old now?
Bro, how many lungs does this guy have, man?
It's
Like,
insane,
they gotta
man.
check him, bro.
It's
crazy.
insane. Like, it seems like he's getting better as he gets older. At this point, I wouldn't even be surprised if I see him in that checkered kit come 2026 at like 40 years old, still captaining that side. I honestly wouldn't even be surprised at this rate because he just keeps on cooking. And then Vinny and Benz too, man. Like I think I saw this clip on Twitter. They were 2-0 down, and some of the Madrid players are hanging their heads down, like Camavinga, Militao. They're kind of hanging their heads down, and then you see Benzema and Vini. They're just like
calm.
And then next thing you
Alves
know, it's 2-2, 3-2, 4-2, 5-2, and they're
crazy,
just like,
bro.
damn, it's crazy, man.
I've seen it before last year.
Yeah.
I guess.
It's crazy.
JP saying, I'm loving this Liverpool downfall. Jeez.
You're here for it, huh?
Modric, the Benz, and Cruz won't let Real fail. Point blank. It's crazy, man. Like, Madrid are mentality monsters. Did you guys hear what happened like at halftime with Carlo?
You just lift his eyebrow?
No. Apparently they went into the change room.
Was it 2-0 at half? No.
It was 2-1? They were down.
2-1.5.
And but yeah, they go to the change room. Carlo walks in last. He says a few things. All he says is, "You guys know what to do," and he leaves. Left the change room, and then apparently Benzema took over like the team talk. So Madrid, man, like mentality monsters. They
Crazy,
know
man.
they know how to do it, bro.
They already know their objective every time they go into a game.
Yeah,
I feel like they do their homework, but like individually. Like I'm sure there's a trainings, there's a team talk and all that stuff, but like when it comes to game time, like they read the game like as it's going, and they know like okay, we screwed up here, we screwed up there, but like that Courtois goal too, like okay.
Yeah, there's nothing they
It's tough.
could have really done about
Yeah.
that.
And then luckily enough, when you got that same goal back from
Yeah.
Alisson.
yeah,
I'm sorry, but Alisson is overrated.
yeah, maybe.
He's
is.
had a bit of a.
He is.
He's been having some howlers.
He is.
Yeah.
If it's not for the defense that he has in his teams, then he's
Even his defense been kind of letting him
Gomez, I
down.
don't know if Gomez still sees minutes on that pitch. Every time he's playing, I swear they always sub him off for Matip
I don't know.
early. But again, like these Madrid team, man. Did you guys doubt them? When it was 2-0 down.
Never, bro. Can never doubt Madrid.
Oh, but those early payouts paid out pretty good now.
I got the early payout with Liverpool. I don't know. I didn't think it was gonna be 5-2. I can tell you that. Like I was like very surprised it was 5-2. I thought maybe okay they'll come back like a 2-2,
Yeah.
3-2,
Yeah.
something like that. But a 5-2 is crazy.
It's because same thing with
But-
Liverpool. I feel like Liverpool too. Like they got excited, but as soon as they started seeing that one goal, and as soon as they got that 2-2 draw with the Alisson mistake, they're like, okay, we're done.
They literally
I-
imploded in the game.
They already lost it. They were in their mentally. They were like, hey, we're done. I was like, it's
Their
tough.
aura was gone, man. Van Dijk's aura was fading a little bit there. Like I don't know. It's tough. It's tough to kind of see Liverpool fall, but man, I think like Will just said, like it's the midfield. Like Liverpool have like no midfield.
Yeah, it's dead, bro.
At all.
Like Fabinho looks
dead.
like he's like 46 years old out
Fabinho's
there,
like
bro.
completely washed. I don't even know who else is playing in the midfield.
Henderson.
And
They had that
don't
young
even
kid
get me
playing.
started.
That Bajcetic guy,
Yeah.
whatever.
He looked pretty
He
good.
looked decent.
he's talented,
Yeah.
but at the same time, like
The
got
kid-
subbed
bro, like,
off.
The
look-
kid's learning, and
like-
who's he learning from?
bro, look,
And he's
bruh,
18 too. Like,
look who he's coming up against too, man. You're throwing an 18-year-old, you know, with Fabinho and Henderson kind of anchoring him down, and he's got to go chase Modric's shadows around the pitch. Like that's tough. Like that's a tough assignment for any 18-year-old.
JP likes Allison.
JP
Been
rates him.
saving Liverpool all season. Save them from what though? They're in what? They're 10th in the league. They're probably gonna get knocked out of CL. I don't know, man.
They're getting knocked. There's no way they're coming back, man.
I'm sure he's had his moments, but like, I don't know, man. The Liverpool team needs a little bit of a reshuffle, I think. But
You think
without CL, who's gonna go?
you think Klopp out if they don't make top four? And
I think it's Klopp. It's Klopp out regardless, bro. Because
He did it. He's,
what,
he's had
sixth
his
year?
time. Yeah.
that's how the cycle ends from 6 years at Dortmund.
Yeah.
Now Liverpool, it's gonna happen too.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
mutual terms.
Yeah, maybe. I think so. I think like when someone like Klopp, like it's hard to hate him, especially if you're a Liverpool fan.
I think he did everything he could do.
And I think like the club would want it to be on mutual terms. Like you don't want to just sack him. You know.
They didn't get the. Did they win Champions League? No. They won Champions League. Yeah, they won Champions League. Yeah.
CL
Yeah,
league.
yeah. League twice, or once?
League?
Twice, right?
I think twice maybe.
Twice.
Once or
In a
tw-
pretty
once or
good
twice.
City era though.
I think they were going back. They went back and forth a couple times, and then City
Yeah.
kind of ran away with it. The
Yeah.
last
But,
like,
like,
what 3?
Yeah, but I think he did for what Liverpool have been in the last 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
The whole Gerrard era too. Like it's tough.
Yeah, but I mean, they spent some money for sure, but like they spent it well. And like considering some of the teams around that were spending a lot more, like they were able to come out on top, and you know, some good CL battles that they had with Madrid through the years as well. But I don't know. I think like, you know, that the core of the team I think is kind of past it now. Like that spine of the team is kind of gone, you know?
We got Anthony saying the fact that people keep comparing VVD to Paolo Maldini is hilarious because he's nowhere near Maldini. Bro, people are making those comparisons? I don't remember those.
Yeah, I remember.
A lot of people,
Yeah,
a
to
lot of people
Maldini?
were bigging up Van
Yeah,
Dijk, man.
of course.
People are comparing him to
Interesting.
Ramos.
I don't know. Van Dijk's kind of fallen off since that big knee injury, like 2 seasons ago?
Yeah. It's tough.
He had like a late peak for like a couple seasons, but like if you look at his whole career, like it's okay.
I guess.
He was dominant though, like top 3 Ballon d'Or finish, I think that one season.
Yeah.
Like he had like a very high peak, but then like full career, like if you're looking at it, it hasn't been like a great career. Like to consider him like a top 10 center back, let's say for example, like
Of all time?
yeah, I don't think you can put him in there.
Nah.
Probably not even top 20 to keep it a stack.
Nah.
Will saying, nah, can't be Klopp out unless he wants out.
Yeah.
Think so, Will? I don't know, man.
I think he's overachieved.
Klopp?
Yeah.
Considering, like, the squad that he kind of has, you know what I mean?
And
Like,
the
compared to
squad
City's.
he came into,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the squad he created. Yeah, I mean, is Salah that good?
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Is Mane that good?
I mean, we're seeing the effects of it now this season.
Is Firmino that good?
I think it's it's one of those situations where they were great as a trio. They knew how to play together. They balanced each other well. They formed a great attack together. But maybe once that one cog of the machine is gone, then they don't really.
They should bring Coutinho back.
Coutinho,
I don't know about
man's
that.
finished, bro. What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
You think?
What do you think? What's he doing at Villa?
At Villa, man.
Yeah, but he's a Liverpool legend.
Man, so
I don't know, man.
like, bring back John Arnorisa. Like, come
Bring
on.
back Suarez too, no? Put him up top. Like, come on.
I think Coutinho could do a little 1-2 like through ball.
I think it'll be like a rebuild, retool year, like Will said. It might be tough to attract some of the bigger names.
Don't they have Thiago? Get the man on midfield there. Yeah, they have Thiago. I thought Thiago's supposed to be world class.
And they got Artur as well.
That guy stays injured.
Does Arthur play?
No, bro.
I haven't
He's been
seen-
injured.
But Thiago, I don't know, like
I was about to say
Like, off
I
and
haven't
on,
seen
bro.
him.
Thiago's off and on.
he had like his best season, like realistically at Bayern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like how much of that was because of the system and the players that he was also playing with? Like, man went from playing with Kimmich and Goretzka to playing with Fabinho and Henderson. Like
Yeah.
it's quite the downfall.
Night and day, bro.
Yeah, and it's tricky, right? But
I don't know. Well, Will, are you a Liverpool supporter? Let us know, bro. Thiago, Fabinho, and Henderson are cheeks with all due respect. Low key, bro. But who are Liverpool gonna get realistically?
yeah,
Like, they want Bellingham, they wanted Chouameni,
not gonna
lost him
happen.
to Madrid. Like, who can they get realistically?
They
you know?
wanted Enzo, they lost to Chelsea.
Yeah.
They could maybe get Bellingham
I don't know, bro.
They're not.
if they splash.
They don't have Champions League. Why would Bellingham go if they don't have Champions League?
And
Big
if-
club.
If Madrid and Liverpool call, who you think he's gonna pick up?
Madrid.
Yeah, it's either if he goes this summer, he's going to Madrid. I think it's more likely that he stays another season and he has more options next summer. Maybe Liverpool get it together because I think in his heart he wants to go to Liverpool. I don't think he'll go this summer.
So he's gonna wait it out.
I think so. I think he'll wait it out and then he'll maybe reevaluate. He's like 19.
Yeah, he's
Like
young.
he still has bare
getting
time
old.
to
This guy's like getting old.
to make a decision, and it's like at the end of the day, like what does it hurt to wait a year? And especially if he's gonna go to potentially Madrid, like maybe Modric and Cruz are stepping out summer of 2024. Perfect time for him to kind of slide right in, right? Because I think like Zidane's like one of his idols. Maybe Zidane back at Madrid brings in Bellingham as his key man in the midfield. I can kind of see that happening
My idol
to
too.
keep it a stack. So I don't know. It'll be interesting, but I don't think he'll go to Liverpool this summer. And I also don't think Liverpool have the facilities to kind of pull off the fee.
Maybe.
I heard Dortmund want 150 million.
I think that's minimum.
Jeez, eh?
I mean, man,
Minimum?
Minimum.
Look at how how much money other players are going for in the Premier League, and then compare them to Bellingham. Like Bellingham is better than Fernandes.
Yeah. No, in comparison, yeah, like
So it's like-
that should be minimum, but will that happen? No.
But if a player still has, 3 or 4 years on his contract, he's not forcing his way out. Is he going to be pay the price or stays? That's what I think, at least.
I think if he wants to go, they'll accept 120.
I don't think so.
Yeah, you think they're saying no to 120?
Yeah, I would say he's worth more. If you look, Enzo Fernandez got 120, and Bellingham is a much better player
So
than
that's
Enzo
what
Fernandez.
they should base it on.
Well, we compare the market, and especially when there's other teams that are throwing money around. Like all these teams in the Premier are going to be throwing money around. I'm sure PSG would also throw money around because they're going to need midfielders as well. I think the only team that realistically probably wouldn't pay 150 mil is Madrid, because one, I think Madrid have that pull, and they also have a very, very good relationship with Dortmund, and I think that also plays a factor.
Do they?
Yeah, if you look at
Why?
there's been a lot of transfers between two clubs.
Was Nuri Sahin a direct Dortmund to Madrid?
Nuri Sahin, Hakimi, as well, had that overlap as well.
JP saying Bellingham to United 2023?
Ah.
JP, you having a laugh, bro? Come on.
2023, I doubt it. 2024, maybe. I don't know.
What would that midfield look like with Bellingham at United?
Bellingham, Casemiro, Bruno.
scary hour. I don't know, man. Will also United
Yeah.
supporter, right?
A lot of United supporters in the
kind of
chat. What's going on? All these
ball,
United
dude.
supporters.
Get him out of here now. Bellingham at 19 years of age, going for 120 to 150 is mad. It's almost unfair to the player to live up to those expectations. That's true, but inflation's crazy, bro.
And he's a top player, man. Probably
Mhm.
like one of the best midfielders in the world right now, realistically.
Yeah, he's up there.
Top
Qatari
three.
owners coming in. Oh yeah, JP, low key. Low key. If that actually does happen, Qatar invests in United.
You guys have always had cash to spend.
Nah, but
You guys been spending.
Nah, but the Qatar money's different.
What do you mean they
though.
never
What?
spend it? They've spent like the most this last decade.
But not well. Like
What
They'll
what does
splash-
having the money have to do with spending it well?
because they can splash the money to 70 here, 80 there, 70 here, 80 there, but like spend the 150 on a good player and do it. Like instead of like tossing around here, there.
80 on Maguire. How much on Pogba?
Yeah.
How much on Anthony?
Yeah.
Just splash the money, but on like on
But
a
just
good
because
player.
you're spending more money doesn't mean you're gonna get a better player.
Well, you're telling me Bellingham's a good player.
I know he's a good player, but I'm just saying, like, just because you have more money doesn't mean you're gonna get a better player.
See.
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Is Qatar money different?
Oh, money's money,
Yeah,
man.
bro.
Is 120 mil different whether it's Qatari or whether it's American?
Well, I think these Qatari investors have more money than these
Yeah, but,
American
like,
guys, bro.
Yeah, they do, but is 120 Qatari different than 120 American?
But who's saying Americans can afford to put up 120?
Look at Todd Bowley.
He's been throwing money around.
Yeah, but this is like
Look
new
at-
owner kind of
But
buzz,
United's
you know?
been throwing money around too.
Aren't the Glazers American?
Yeah,
Yeah. What do you mean? They have a lot of they
they've
they,
been
they run
throwing
Serie
money
A
around.
too.
Yeah,
Qatar's got more money though. Come on.
Okay, yeah, but like okay. And
I don't know.
are Newcastle spending 100 mil all over the place?
They're spending it
Saudis?
wisely, though. They're smart.
I don't know. They're kind of taking it easy right now.
Yeah.
Newcastle.
they're easing their way into it.
Yeah.
They're doing it well.
Going from the Bundesliga to the Prem is a massive jump. That English media is ruthless if a player doesn't have the English passport. Yeah. I guess. JP saying now we got Eric Ten Hag talent ID with the money, eh? Jeez. Dangerous duo.
I mean, this past like summer they recruited well. Again, Casemiro was a great signing. I mean, Sabitzer in January I think was also like a good move considering they didn't really have many options to work with in January. I think that was a good signing. Maybe that becomes a permanent signing for them.
Anthony wasn't the best signing for keeping
Well,
it
yeah.
1,000.
Yeah,
I mean-
that's true as well.
I mean, today he showed it.
1 goal out of the last 6 games. Like, come on.
But
he
I
hasn't
think
seen minutes though. But you're right.
that's Ajax tax. So I think like Ten Hag wanted like players with familiarity to come in. You know.
But yeah, that's Liverpool Madrid 5-2 in the first leg alone, bro.
That's
At
cool.
Anfield. How much are Madrid scoring at the Bernabeu?
Another 5.
Another 5?
Put
You're
I don't
saying
know,
they're
man.
putting 10 across 2 legs?
Klopp might just toss it like a 5 back.
a tenner on that, and I'm making money. 5 goals.
Bro, if Madrid score 5 against Liverpool to make it a 10 goal aggregate, I think you got to fire Klopp, bro. Like right after the whistle.
I don't know.
If you're allowing 10 goals over
That's
2
Yeah.
games,
disrespect.
10 goals over 2 games
That won't happen.
in the CL,
That won't happen.
No, it won't happen.
which is why
6.
2-0.
2-0? at the Bernabeu.
Yeah.
I'll go like a 3-2. I think there'll be goals.
Liverpool's not scoring.
I think
Think
they
so?
will. They'll score.
They got lucky with their goals, man.
If they get lucky again.
No, because that Courtois goal is like, sure, whatever, fluke. And even that second goal, like, I don't know. The first goal, sorry, the first goal.
Clean sheet for Real incoming, says
Yeah, that's what
Will.
I'm saying. Well,
Maybe.
I say 1-0 Madrid, second leg.
No,
Yeah, just
why
nice
not?
Low
and
key,
calm.
just that cheeky 1-0. You know, play like some of the bench players. You know,
It's
get them
calm.
some minutes
Yeah,
and stuff
Nacho
like that.
will be playing like, you know.
Yeah.
They're not gonna
Asensio.
start with their bench.
No.
Mariano.
Oh, just get some sub players in
60
there. You know?
minutes probably. You see
Yeah.
him come in maybe. Like
Because
maybe,
5-2, like
yeah, I think you start.
That's not safe.
You probably start.
that's not safe.
You
Th-
start Cruz.
That's the most dangerous lead in football.
No
5-2.
one's ever said that, bro. 5-2.
That can be quite.
This guy's
dangerous.
having a giggle, bro.
But man, all it takes is one goal and it's
That's the most.
5-3.
That's the most dangerous lead in football.
Especially
Ain't
now
no
that
one
away
said that.
goals don't count for anything. Like, you know, all it takes is one goal is 5-3. 2 goals, it's 5-2, and all of a sudden it's 1 goal for a tie.
Yeah.
I would say that's first over a 2-0 lead.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, for
5-2,
sure.
it's
For sure.
not safe.
Hate those kind of leads, bro.
But 5-2, man, you're going in sometimes maybe with too much confidence, you know? Because there's no way Liverpool are getting slapped again. There's no way.
Never know,
Yes, there
bro.
is, man.
You never know, bro.
Yes, there is.
With the way they've been playing, I don't know, bro.
I know. I don't know.
But Madrid mentality hits different, man. I just wish my club was the same. Because I know the Barca players would have cracked down at halftime.
I think
100%.
Xavi just doesn't have that coaching
It's the players,
in
too,
Europe,
bro.
man.
That and then player mentality.
2 seasons in a row.
Tough, bro. No Messi, no party.
What about TAA?
Trent Alexander-Arnold, what about him?
It's okay.
Just okay?
He had a decent game.
He was their best player on the pitch, and
Yeah.
he was alright.
Carlo pulling his starting 11 at halftime. Got bigger fish to fry later.
Low key, man.
Low key.
What kind of fish?
I don't know. Some kind of paella. Xavi doesn't have it yet. It will come with experience. Yeah, like man got his badges in what? The desert, like 2 seasons ago. Like, come on, bro.
The desert?
Give the man some time to cook.
Does Barca give him the time?
100%. He's what? 8 points ahead in La Liga. Most likely
Mm-hmm.
gonna win La Liga. That's pretty big. And they already have the Super Copa. Good chance to win the Copa del Rey too. That's a decent season.
So let's say, theoretically, they win the league this season. Next season, Champions League comes around. They get grouped again. 3 seasons in a row of getting grouped in the Champions League. You're still backing them?
Depends on the context. Because if we look at how Barca got knocked out of UCL, they're missing all their defenders. It was Piqué and Eric Garcia back there. Now, first leg, there was no
Eric
Busquets.
Garcia is a starter for the Spanish national team.
Come on, bro.
I'm just saying.
Come on, bro.
I'm just saying, man.
First leg now against Man United. We had no Busi, no
What's your
Dembele.
excuse? You had Gavi, Pedri, and your midfield was doing pretty good.
Yeah, and they tied the game.
And you guys were up ahead both games.
Tough, bro. Second leg, no Gavi, no
That's
Pedri,
football.
no Dembele.
That's football.
There's context,
But that's
as
football.
always. Yeah, that's football. You miss like what? Few of your best players. It's gonna be tough to win. That's all I'm saying. There's context to it. If Barca are fully fit and getting grouped out, then there's room to have a conversation.
But they didn't do the same thing when Coleman was man gaffer. All his players were injured. He was having the young being called up from like, and what what was his what was the excuse there?
Didn't Coleman have Messi?
Did he? Okay, but that's one player. Do you expect Messi to win trophies on by himself?
Pretty much. That's what he was doing at Barca for the most part, towards
Yeah,
the
but-
latter end of his career.
But who did Coleman have at the back? Ter Stegen was in bad form. Coleman was playing with Piqué as a starter
Yeah,
with like Longley.
and Mingueza.
Yeah.
Guess.
Guess he didn't have Gavi.
Mingueza was playing right back too.
You know,
Jordi was like not playing. He was out of form too. Would you have it
you
right
didn't
back?
you didn't have Lewandowski.
Semedo?
No, Alba was decent that season, to be honest.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, Traore playing for you. And what's the excuse there? Same thing for him. The team wasn't
It's
right.
tough, man.
What do you expect from a player with that team like that?
What's the one difference between Xavi and all these Barca coaches before him? Messi. When you lose the best player in history, it's tough. It's tough for your team to play the same. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
I rate Coleman,
I know you do.
but like Will Chan just said, that Gavi yellow was foolish of him from the first leg. Lack of discipline. He will learn. True.
Also, first leg, Xavi benched Christensen and Balde.
Bad decision.
Bigger priorities. La Liga, I guess.
No, that's just
Xavi
bad
doesn't care for Europa League, bro.
decision.
Come
No,
on.
he does. He does.
Does he, though?
That's just bad decision making.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Bro, he rested them against Cadiz.
Okay, but then why did he play them in the second leg? Why not start Alonso again? He scored
Because
the
at
goal for
at that point, it's a do or die. First leg's not a do or die
you.
game.
First leg is a do or die game.
No, it's not.
You're playing at the Camp Nou. You're going away at second leg.
That's definitely not a do
So
or die.
you're telling me he rested those 2 key players who've been playing well this season
For Cadiz?
for Cadiz.
The focus is on the league.
For Cadiz.
For Cadiz.
The focus is on the league.
That's kind of, but
Nah, man, come on. Come on, don't give me that. This is the FC
If Xavi wanted to
Barcelona we're
focus on
talking
Europa
about.
League, he would have played his best 11. That's what I think.
I don't know, man.
Jay, what do you think?
I think it's a mistake on Xavi's part.
I think he played his best 11. I think he also just played it out whole right back, knowing that maybe Rashford's going to play there.
No, he didn't play his best 11 because Marcos Alonso was starting that game, the
He
first
scored
leg.
for you in the first leg.
And he also conceded. So it cancels out. Jay, what do you think about that? 'Cause I'm the only Barca fan
Yeah.
talking here, bro.
Yeah, the focus is on La Liga, but it's pro football. Play your best 11 in the big games.
He did.
No, he
Started
didn't.
them against Cadiz.
You're playing Man United.
Yeah. I
It's a
think
big game.
if you're looking at the two games and you're looking which players you're going to play, you're playing your best players against United. And you're going to, if you want to rest two players, you're going to rest them against Cadiz. You're going to play Alonso against Cadiz.
It's
You're
not
going
what
to
he
play
did, though.
Alba against Cadiz. And I think that's where his mistake was. And I think he'll learn from it. Because at the end of the day, like, you want to compete on as many fronts as possible. Doesn't matter if it's Europa League or Champions League, Cup. You want to compete on as many fronts as possible. Because if you go through and you beat United, then now all of a sudden, like, you know, you're getting these young players more European experience. So when you do want to go ahead and compete in Champions League next year, you have that experience of winning in Europe. Because right now, you're almost breeding a losing mentality in Europe for some of these players. They have a young team, and, you know, you have to kind of get that experience while these players are young, right? Because now that's what, two years back to back, they're getting knocked to the Europa League, and now you're kind of getting this almost European, you know, not curse, but like, you know, the team's like struggling to win in Europe. Like, they can do it in the league, yes, but Europe is a totally different beast. And it's like, if you want to go and just win the league, that's one thing, but to win in Europe is different.
But
And-
then again, the focus on La Liga is so much more important because winning the Europa League, you get nowhere near as much money as you do for winning La Liga.
But
And that's what's important for Barca
you-
because Barca are in a financial crisis.
if you're playing
and they need money.
Alonso against Cadiz, you're still going to win the game.
You never know, bro. You feel it his best 11 against Cadiz for a reason because the league's that much more
I don't
important.
know. I think it was a mistake.
I don't know. Guess we'll never know.
But yeah, back to CL.
But yeah.
Yeah, how do we get there?
So yesterday's games rather. We had Leipzig versus City 1-1. Goal from Mahrez and Josko Gvardiol.
Yeah.
I think I saw a stat saying Mars is like joint top scorer in the CL for Africans. I think he's got like 44 goals.
In the CL?
Yeah, in the CL.
44 goals in the CL.
I believe so, yeah.
That's
I
got
think
to
it's a lot.
that's got to be a fake stat.
I think it was him and I think Mane had like 20 something. I think Salah was up there too and then Drogba as well.
Hold on a second.
I could double check.
I don't know about that one.
I think
There's no way Mahrez
I think
has
it's top 5.
44 goals in
I
Champions
I
League.
think it's top 5 African goal scorers.
44. That seems high
It's a lot of goals.
for
I
Champions
don't
League.
believe it.
I don't think so.
I don't know. It's something I saw on Twitter. I could.
I'm
Do a
not
fact
gonna
check?
lie, I don't believe it.
I can check it.
I don't believe it.
Because he hasn't been playing in Champions League that long.
Yeah, it's got to be fake.
Because when did Leicester win the league? 2015?
Yeah.
So then you went to Champions League. So let's say 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 21, 22, 23.
Oh,
Eight seasons.
no, I'm tripping. He's the 5th African player to score 20 Champions League goals. After Salah 44, Drogba 44, Eto'o 30, Mane 27.
Yeah, so cut that in
Okay.
half.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
So he
sounds about
entered the
right.
conversation for top scoring Africans in the CL.
Salah's got a lot of goals.
44, him and Drogba tied for first.
It's crazy, man.
But yeah, Riyad Mahrez getting the first goal, 27 minutes. Assist from Gundogan. Bit of a jammy goal, kind of went through defender's legs, and Mahrez just tapped it.
Mm.
And then Guardiola with the big header,
Big
man.
header, yeah. Towered over Diash there.
Big vert there.
Talented player, man, Joshko.
But yeah, 1-1 City. A lot of people coming for Haaland's name, saying he's overrated. 'Cause he's been invisible the past few games.
I don't know, man.
What do
They,
you guys think about that?
they haven't really been like De Bruyne's been hurt. Obviously, that's definitely a big miss for City. But like they haven't really been creating for him. Like what have they haven't really been giving him chances. And if he's coming into the City side to be the 9 that's finishing the chances, and they're not really creating a lot of chances like for him. Like they're creating chances, sure, but they're not necessarily feeding Haaland, and they're also not really allowing him to be part of the build up play to kind of at least have some kind of impact on the game. So I think that's definitely a little bit tricky. But I think, if De Bruyne's back for the second leg, I think that will likely change, because I think like of the players on the team, I think De Bruyne probably has the best understanding in terms of playing with Haaland. But no, it's definitely. I mean, at the end of the day, like he's someone who was Champions League top scorer last year,
Something like that.
or 2 seasons ago. Like he can obviously score the goals, but it's tough, right? Because I think anytime a team plays City, they're gonna defend, and they're gonna defend well. They're gonna defend hard, and if they know that they have a recognizable 9, you best believe that the team's gonna focus on just shutting that down, cutting every passing lane to him, right? But I don't know. I think he'll be fine.
I don't like City.
Why?
Why not, man?
I don't know. There's something about like players playing for City, like it just like it rubs me the wrong way.
Is it the formation? Is it the 3-2-4-1
No,
that throws you off?
no, it's not the formation. It's just like the act of playing for Man City. Like it just
Why?
bothers me. I don't know.
But if they called you up, you wouldn't hesitate.
Yeah, I'd play 100%. I'd be kissing the badge.
So you're being a
Right.
hypocrite.
Sure, I'd be kissing the badge, but that doesn't mean that like when I don't know, when I see players in a City kit, it's just like you didn't dream of this as a kid.
What's your point?
It's just like I don't know. It feels dirty.
Dirty. What?
I don't know. Like
What do you mean
So
dirty?
oil money you consider dirty.
I don't know. Like it feels dirty to
Do you,
me.
do you
Like,
feel PSG the same way that you do with City?
no,
Why?
because at least
Because
with
Neymar
PSG,
plays there and Messi?
No. Because at least with PSG, it's like you have a sense of royalty. Like it's Paris. Like they
Or
had
Manchester.
some like European success beforehand. They won the UEFA Cup Winners' Cup in '95. They had George Weah at the helm. Like
City had a Lionel Bloomer
okay, but like
and Robinho.
see, look, Will Chan put it nicely. He
Yep.
said City is the only fans artist of European
That's
football.
crazy.
It's
That's
true.
it.
Like
OnlyFans artists.
like
That's facts.
I see City like it's dirty. Like it's just like I don't like their players are like they just like
It's
look
making you itch.
yeah like I'm like, I don't know if I can breathe right now.
Oh
It's
my
like, I'm
God.
getting
What's
uncomfortable.
wrong with this guy, bro?
I'm getting uncomfortable, but like
What's wrong with this you?
I don't know. Maybe I'm waffling, but like
A little bit.
A lot of it.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
I don't get it, bro. I don't see what you're trying to say.
Like I don't enjoy like turning on the TV and seeing City on my
But
screen.
what is it about them?
The club, like the players, like the mentality. It's just like
The players.
It's some of the players for me too. Like I'll be honest.
like who?
For me, like I don't know, like Grealish, Calvin Phillips,
You don't rate the Cavs, bro?
Foden.
You don't rate Foden?
Just the
um,
English
It's the
guy?
trim? Is it the
Nah.
trim?
English guys.
English hate?
I rate Rodri.
Tucked kid, eh?
Kyle Walker.
Stones.
It's a theme here. I know
Like I
this
don't
thing,
like
but
any of those guys.
You don't rate Bernardo?
Ederson. Too,
No.
sometimes.
Ederson. Yeah, Ederson. I despise.
Ederson sometimes.
But I like Alvarez. I like Haaland. I like Gundogan. I don't know if I like De Bruyne. I don't think I like
Like-
De Bruyne. He's kind of bratty.
I don't.
He keeps it real, though.
He does. He keeps it real, but he can kind of be a little bratty.
I don't think I like anybody on the team.
Not one
Yeah,
player.
not one.
Maybe
Rodri?
Haaland. That's it.
Rodri?
No,
No.
nobody.
What about Nathan Ake?
No, I
What?
hate him.
Hate him.
Hate
No,
him?
hate's a strong word.
Yeah.
But like,
What do you do to you, bro?
Will Chan put it best. City has no history. They're plastic. Players go there for the money. City is bland. Yes, they're bland.
They don't get me on my feet.
Yes. Like I don't know.
How
Like,
can you say that
like-
when they've been dominating the league,
like
bro?
for me, it's like the kind of fan I am. I should like Riyad Mahrez. I should. He's left-footed.
He has talent.
Yeah, he's
He is.
left-footed.
He's
He
very
has talent.
talented.
He touches the touch line, but like
touches the
I don't
touchline.
know. Like I don't like they're bland.
So winning dominance is bland to you.
Like
Mm.
I see them on my TV, I get annoyed.
I would get like an ick if they won the Champions League. Like I think I would be kind of like
I said an ick. Eh?
yeah, like I'd feel like almost like kind of nauseous. Like
Y'all
watching-
are waffling to the max degree.
Nah,
bro.
like if I saw City like
Y'all
lifting
are
the Champions
ego
League
waffling,
trophy,
bro.
I would like be kind of nauseous.
Like they're
I'm
bland
just
in a
like,
lot of ways. Like let's
ugh,
say let's say you were on a first date and the girl says, "I'm a City fan." Would that not be a red flag?
yeah, I would.
How'd that be a red flag?
There wouldn't be a second date.
It's just,
Y'all are waffling.
it's just. I think it'd be a red flag.
It is.
Why'd that be a red flag?
It's true though. Even
It's kind of
Oh,
an ick.
Glory Hunter?
even no, but even
Yeah.
JP said Leicester Mars is better than City Mars.
They're oily. MN said
They're
it.
oily. Yeah,
That's
they got the oil
facts.
money,
I
bro.
don't know. Like I don't like anybody on that.
Is it
team.
because of how they're breaching this whole financial fair play kind of thing?
No,
Not
it's
just once, twice.
It's something about the aesthetic.
Aesthetic. You
Look-
don't rate the light blue?
Look at Will Chen. Second date, you're walking out immediately.
Immediately.
That might be
No,
facts,
no,
man.
That's
I don't
The
know.
first date might not even finish. I can tell you one thing: if you're at a restaurant, the bill's being split because you know they got money. They're a City fan. They
There-
probably got money.
There's something about the aesthetic of City.
You don't like the
that-
light blue?
No, like I think Chelsea
like the
blue's way
color.
nicer.
Nah, bro. I like the city light blue.
Let's calm down a little
No,
bit.
I
there.
like Chelsea.
Nah, the City
no,
light blue's
because with
nicer.
Chelsea blue, it's like a royal blue,
Mm.
and then and then City is just like they put the hue up.
It's like an ocean blue, bro. It's like a nice.
No,
like,
no,
baby
no,
blue.
no, no, no.
Like a baby
Leicester's
blue.
ocean blue.
It's like a baby blue.
For me, if I'm on a date with a girl, like 6 or 7 years ago, and she's a City fan,
6 or 7.
it's okay. Like it's fine. She's
Like she was in
"Ah,
it for the long run. You
I
know?
love Aguero,
She
like
invested
like
early.
I love Aguero, like Dzeko, like
So now
I'm
she's
just like
British too,
okay,
eh?
There's
yeah.
promise there.
There's
yeah.
promise, like like that City kind of had me a little excited.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm
like
saying.
oh, I love Vincent Company, like like I'm getting, okay, there's a second date.
That was a good City though.
But now,
Yes, I agree.
if she's pulling up and she's like, I love De Bruyne or John Stones, I'm just like,
annoying.
It's annoying, and it's like it's kind of gross.
Do you guys think you'd have the same opinion of Newcastle 10 years down the line? Because I could see the same
100%.
comparison. Like,
100%.
Nah, not for me.
I would have a problem with Newcastle, like a Newcastle. If I went on a date and the girl was a Newcastle fan, like right now, I would probably have the same opinion.
No, but Newcastle's like the tune. Like they have history. Like the movie Goal is built around them.
yeah,
like
they definitely have more history
like
than
it's
City.
it's St. James's Park. It's the black and white stripes.
What
like,
about the empty hat, bro?
exactly like City? They're just disgusting.
Now it's I love Guardiola.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Like,
The main word I'd say is they're annoying.
Annoying.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like I feel like there's like some kind of like almost like entitlement that's like built into some of the players that are playing there, and it's like I don't know.
Like you know that feeling when you see a worm like on the sidewalk after a rainy day?
Yeah.
It's just like
Mm.
like City.
Yeah.
So you cringe
Like
at
I'm
City.
cringing in my socks right now.
Are there any other clubs you have the same cringiness towards?
No,
Just City.
I think I think so.
Really?
They're probably the club I dislike the most.
Man City.
Really?
Yeah.
Not even Madrid?
No, because like at least with Madrid you have royalty, you have
Yeah.
pedigree,
That's fair.
you have fun players. Like I like their players. I like Vinny. I like Modric. I like Rodrigo.
What about like
Name 2 Brazilians.
what about like if you went on a date and she's like, I'm a PSG fan.
I think
It
that's
wouldn't
a
be
worse
too
red
much of a
flag.
problem.
I think that's more of a red
Yeah.
flag than a City fan.
No, it wouldn't be too much.
'Cause that's
of a
like
problem.
ultimate like bandwagon kind of
Like
team.
she pulls up and she's wearing an Mbappe kit.
That's glazing.
I wouldn't
That's
have
glazed,
too much of a
low-key.
problem with that because
What? An Mbappe kid?
Would
No.
there be a second date?
yeah, because
That's very
yeah,
glazing.
but at least she's repping good players.
So De
Bruyne's
Bruyne's
not
not
a-
a,
De
De
Bruyne's
Bruyne's
not
not
a
a
good
good player?
The way he quit on his national team, I didn't respect.
You just keep it at 1,000, bro.
Yeah, and
They don't got the players, and he
it
was
gave me
right.
and it made me cringe.
Yeah.
But he was keeping it at 1,000.
Exactly, that's too much. You keep it 100,
But
not
sometimes
1,000.
you gotta respect honesty.
no,
No.
not in
No?
that sense.
No.
Why?
Because no. And Aman says, "Do you know many City fans?" I know a couple. They're pretty cool.
I can count them on one hand.
They're pretty cool, but like, just the club I don't rate.
That's crazy. I don't know, man. PSG is the casual club. Yeah.
But see, at least at PSG, like they have those like marquee players, and they have drip. Like they're not annoying to look at. Like City's annoying to
So
look
if City
at.
had a City X Jordan drop.
It might sway a couple of opinions.
That's crazy.
Because like I said, it's
Yeah.
part of the aesthetic.
I don't know, man.
It's true though. Like City don't have a brand.
Like are they Puma right now?
Yeah.
Like, and they don't make Puma good.
But who makes Puma good?
Dortmund. Dortmund have always had good kids
Come on, man.
Neymar.
and
But
good
that's-
brand.
Man, Neymar.
That's more so the team. Like there's certain teams that like always have good kids.
Yeah.
You got Ajax, Dortmund are up there too. Madrid always have nice kids. Like it's more so a club kind of thing.
I don't know.
Low key.
There's just something about City that's just like slimy.
I don't know.
You
See,
know,
PSG back in the day with JJ Alcocha and Ronaldinho.
before the oral
Pedigree,
money. Yeah,
pedigree.
yeah.
Baller pedigree.
So that's fine.
Like City's ballers back in the day were like Steven Ireland.
Steven
Yeah.
Ireland.
So Matt, like let's
And,
say,
and Haaland's dad.
yeah, like Alfie, like
Alfie
Alfie
Haaland.
Haaland and Steven Ireland. Like that's like a crazy duo. But Matt,
That's great.
you're pulling up on a date. She's a Madrid fan. Is
Walking
that
out,
your is
bro.
that your team?
I'm
that you're
walking
saying
out, bro.
no?
I'm saying nope. I'm out.
But if she's a City fan, it's okay.
I'll have to allow it.
You'd have to allow
I'd
it.
have to allow
That's
it.
crazy, man.
Maybe like the first few, just to see like, you know, just to
Mm.
see how things go. But if it's a Madrid fan, I'm out.
Wow.
I don't care, bro. What about you?
I wouldn't be out per se.
That's crazy.
I'd try to do some convincing. I
Okay,
think
sure.
no, it would
Some
it would-
convincing,
No,
eh?
it would promote good conversation.
You think?
I guess.
Yeah, like back and forth, like a little like cheeky rivalry, but like
yeah, maybe.
with City, it's just like what are you doing?
But like you couldn't really respect. her
Like
at the
why
end of the
did
day.
you choose City? Why? Like that would be the main question. Like why?
And like no matter what she said, you couldn't wrap your head around it.
No. Let's
I
see
don't
what I'm saying. But one reason for the dislike must be them being successful recently.
That's what I'm
No,
saying.
that adds to the annoyance. Like I'm not gonna like lie. You wouldn't dislike them as much if that wasn't the case, and I don't think many care for PSG's success in League One. No, it is true. Like yes, obviously, like the winning does add to the annoyance a little bit naturally, but like are they play beautiful football apparently because they have Guardiola as their coach. But do they play beautiful football?
Sometimes
Yeah,
they
they
just
can.
a lot of cutbacks, man.
Cutback FC.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like they might have to rebrand.
Rebrand. They did a rebranding a few years ago, bro. What you mean?
Is it because PSG plays in such a weak domestic league? I don't know. Like I'm trying to put it into words, but I can't.
You know what it is? I think like PSG, they just have like the allure of Paris. Like there's just more.
I said it with an accent, bro.
There's just
Thought
more,
he did something.
I did,
They
man.
have sauce.
There's just more vibes, you know. Like
City
you know,
don't have
you got the
sauce.
Eiffel Tower on the
Is
back.
it because England's boring?
A little bit, like it's just more vibes, you know. Like JP said, City plays boring and robotic, but it's effective. And I think that's City, boring, robotic, but effective, and it's just like kind of.
I don't care for effective soccer.
Yeah, I'd rather see exciting soccer. Manchester's red, GGMU.
Bro, where the
Where-
United fans coming from, bro?
Where do you guys come from?
Holy.
Out of the woodwork, all these United fans. What's going on?
PSG, they do have look City. You could say City have the juice. The juice is temporary, but PSG they have the sauce.
Head
The
ass.
sauce is forever.
So head
Like-
ass, bro.
Like how long does a simply made orange juice last in your fridge? Couple days,
I don't
maybe a week.
Wait,
How long does a
last,
a
like,
jar of barbecue sauce
Does it
last?
expire?
A long time, right?
Yeah.
A long time.
Or like-
that's the sauce.
Or like, think if you have like a bottle of Orangina in the fridge,
Okay.
and that bottle of Orangina is City, and then eventually it's gonna go flat, and you're not gonna drink it if it goes flat.
So is that what City is? They're going flat now?
Yeah, that's exactly it. They've gone flat.
But that barbecue sauce, that's the sauce, man.
Yeah.
Sauce is forever.
You're still gonna put it on your ribs
Sauce forever.
or your chicken wings or something, man.
It's thick. It's hard to move.
Shut.
But City have gone flat.
Have they?
They've gone flat, man.
What if they win the league, bro?
still
It's
flat?
still a
It's-
possibility.
It's annoying if they win the league.
It's
Is it
still
annoying?
flat. Like if they win the league, it's like you're not gonna say like Orangina is not a good drink. It's still a great bev. City are still a great team, but it's flat.
I think what adds to the annoyance is they can't do it in CL.
Yeah.
After constantly winning the league. It's
Neither
like-
can PSG.
Yeah, but like PSG, like I said, it's the juice in the sauce. That's one way to put it.
Paris tax saving PSG.
It helps. Maybe if
Eiffel
Manchester,
Tower
maybe if
tax hitting in it.
it's also the fact that Man City is the second biggest club in their city.
Mm.
That's part of it.
You don't rate Paris FC?
Mm. They doing their thing, man.
That's
Maybe one day.
part of it. If City was like the only club in Manchester, it might be different. Like Paris.
Yeah.
PSG's the only club in the city, so
Well,
it's like
in
you
the
gotta
top-
rep
Paris
them.
FC,
in
bro.
the top tier.
Yeah, you got, I mean, yeah, of course
the
they
top
have like.
tier.
But why not the
smaller
same feeling for a club like Chelsea? Is it the UCL factor?
Chelsea, like they have like me growing up, they had history.
We have history. That's the thing.
Like
Drogba,
I was seeing Lampard,
Lampard,
I was seeing Drogba, I was seeing Maluda,
Oscar,
Terry.
Crespo.
Oscar,
Terry,
Bosingwa.
Terry, one
Yeah,
of the best
Bosingwa.
defenders of all
Raul
time,
Meireles.
Real Madrid.
And they had Mourinho too. Like
and Hazard, like prime Hazard.
I think
They
like
were
you,
fun.
you might be able to make an argument about that feeling now. Like same thing that we were just saying. Like
SCN, yeah.
if like 5 years from now, 6 years from now, you're on a date and a girl's like, I'm a Chelsea fan. I love Mudryk. And it's like, you're like, you're going to kind of get a little bit of a red flag.
You don't know ball.
Like, you don't know ball. But if you're going back and he's like, I love John Terry, you're like, you know ball.
gotta
Like,
rate
you
that,
know,
yeah,
it's
you
like
gotta
you
rate
have, it's like, it's almost like it's kind of starting. That same kind of ick with Chelsea, with just because like they're just being oily, man.
The UCL factor
But that's
does
English
help.
football now.
I don't know.
They're all
man.
becoming oily.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Look at-
but like
Look at United.
they're about to be bought out
yeah,
by
but
Qatar,
then
bro.
you see Arsenal and what they're doing, and it makes you feel good.
I think like
you feel good watching Arsenal.
like anytime you if you want to date and the girl's like up the arse, like I'm an Arsenal fan.
That's how
PRs
you know she's gonna be
in more than
loyal.
one way.
That's loyalty.
no matter
More ways
what,
than one.
like it's gonna be a green flag. You know,
I guess.
whether it's like if she knows who Wenger is, like
Yeah.
a huge red flag,
Green-
green flag,
yeah.
green flag. You
I know.
know, like she's like, oh, I love Nasri or like Fabregas. It's like
Fabregas.
that's insane.
That's fine.
That's loyalty.
Loyalty, bro.
Loyalty.
Loyalty's so priceless.
Oil me up, baby. Oil me up, Will.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that was
How did we
what
get there,
game?
man?
What game were we
How
talking
the
about?
hell we get there?
City, Leipzig. Oh, you
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
talk about City,
Oh.
Leipzig spectacular at the end.
Leipzig, man, good game from Leipzig.
But they ended up tying. Yeah, we didn't mention that.
Tie game, back to the Etihad. Leipzig, I think first half, they came out kind of flat. I think City almost dominated the game, but I think, second half they came out and they said, we can probably get something out of this game. I thought Schlager had a great game. I think him and Leimer there in the midfield, they complement each other well, and they put in a lot of miles against that City team and did a lot of work against the ball. And I think Szoboszlai is
Nice,
a
bro.
fantastic player, man.
Mhm.
Szoboszlai. He's the type of player that, like, for me, like as a Dortmund fan, I hate that he plays for Leipzig because he's so good, and I don't want him to be good because I know every time he plays against Dortmund, he turns up. I'm just like, I wish you were playing for my club, but he's the kind of player that blows my skirt up, man. He's so
Talent, bro.
talented, man. He's so talented. But I don't know, man. 1-1. I think honestly it was a lot lower scoring than I expected because it seems like every other time that City and Leipzig play each other, it's like a 9-goal thriller and there's hat tricks on either side. So I think 1-1 was surprising for me. But it'll be interesting to see what happens in the second leg. Like, to be honest, like if De Bruyne's not back or De Bruyne's not fit, like I honestly wouldn't be all too surprised if Leipzig kind of sneak a win. Like they've been in great form this season since Marco Rose took over. And, I think 1-1's a great result to take into the second leg. Like, the game, it's still wide open. I think City are still definitely heavy favorites, but, like, if you can go 1-1 into the second leg, like, I think you did well for Leipzig, I think, right? Halstenberg had a good game as well.
So are City winning at the Etihad or not?
I'm going to go no.
No?
I'm going to go no.
Yeah?
I'm going
Upset?
to go no. I think Leipzig will pull it off. I know it's crazy. I know City are probably going to win, but like I think Leipzig will pull it off.
Interesting. Jay?
City win.
Why?
Easy. It's easy.
Is it? Wasn't easy first leg.
Yeah, but like you said, they're home now.
Yep.
So what does that have to do with anything? Not much.
De
I
Bruyne's
guess.
gonna be back probably.
Who?
De Bruyne?
Who?
Come on, bro.
De Bruyne could potentially make a difference.
Yeah, he will. He will. No, I think they're gonna win. No problem in my view.
Yeah.
Dan?
I'm gonna go with City as well, or maybe extra time.
Yeah.
1-1.
Your time. Maybe, who knows?
I just see City going through.
Yeah, I think City will like fix their shit, get their head straight, and then go for the kill second leg.
The Pep shambles if City lose. Okay. Thoughts on the recent Haaland discussion on how he doesn't really fit or Pep isn't adapting enough. It's crazy to say with that amount of goals that he's scored, but there's clearly something not right.
It's weird to like have this discussion when he's like the top scorer of the Prem
By like a lot.
by a
Like
lot
12 goals.
and saying he's not a proper fit, because realistically, you could say potentially he could do better in a different system, but you won't really know that until he goes to another club. But like he's doing his thing. Like he's not playing the same way he was at Dortmund.
But he's scoring more goals.
But he's scoring more goals, right? Like as long as he gets the service, he's most likely gonna score.
I think like low key to an extent. I think people were kind of getting all overclamped about him scoring. He was scoring hat tricks like almost every game, 2 goals every game, 3 goals every game. And now that he's gone a couple games without scoring, or maybe he only scored 1 goal this game, like people are getting kind of all
Expecting too much.
They're expecting too much. They're expecting him to score a hat trick every game, and it's like, yeah, he might be able to do that every now and again. But if a team's playing a low block and they're not giving him a whole lot of room to run in behind, which is one of his biggest strengths, or play a 1-2 and get him behind, it really is going to come down to the other, 9 players that are playing with him on the field to give him something to go after. Because we've seen him in this City system, like he knows where to be. He can sniff out a goal, but it's going to come down to the players to create for him. So I think, he hasn't been scoring a lot of goals lately, but I think that might be more so to do with the rest of the team not really being, not that they haven't been on form because they've still been playing well, but they haven't been really creating as much for him. But you've seen other players like Mahrez step up, and he's been scoring, a goal here, a goal there. But I think maybe the focus is maybe shifted off him being the primary goal scorer, and maybe it's more of a team effort, which in the long run might be better because they're not going to be as predictable.
True. Jay?
Look, he puts the ball in the back of the net. He's an STCF. He's a number 9. He's doing his job.
Yeah.
He's doing his job in the system. So what are we talking about here? What are we doing here? He's doing his job. And people are upset it's not attractive. I mean, maybe I am. Like I said, I don't like watching them. But as an employer, he's doing the job I require him to do. And he's doing it at a high level.
Fair. Dan?
Thoughts on what? Haaland?
On if he fits Pep or not.
I think Pep feels like he was missing something in his City teams the last couple of years, like a striker. But I guess he overthought the fact that you don't really need a striker in the system he likes to play with. And like now that he kind of has a striker and knows like he can has a striker that can finish, maybe he's looking for him too much now. And at the same time, maybe some teams were kind of difficult for him to like cover up Haaland. And at the same time, I think a lot of teams understand how City use Haaland so they can shut him down a lot easier. So I feel like, I don't know, maybe one game, try a game without Haaland, see how they play again. If they win those games, like the last season, give it a try. But obviously, you can't have a player like Haaland on the bench for no reason.
Yeah.
So you're obviously going to play Haaland. But I feel like it's a lot easier for teams to kind of understand the style of football that City are looking for. And at the same time, if Pep is kind of going back to his older roots where he's kind of creating and having a lot of more players touching the ball and having more players create chances for goal, then yeah, Haaland's going to have less chances to score. So just like the last couple of games where he hasn't really been scoring much because Mahrez looks to find himself into space. Bruno finds him. Is it? What am I saying? Alvarez too playing, and then there's the other Portuguese guy. Bernardo. He's getting some chances going forward too. So I don't know. I feel like Pep is using him in the wrong system, and maybe just going back to his older roots again, like where he just kind of has the players that are really good, talented going forward. Like Mahrez is really good on his feet. Grealish is really good on his feet too. He's seeing a lot more minutes now. Grealish apparently, so it's good. And same thing Foden too. Like I think Foden's kind of done with the City system now.
Maybe.
He doesn't
Pep
really
ruined him?
he doesn't really suit this system. He was a lot more creative, like as a solo winger, kind of drift like defenders out wide. But then you have Grealish creating something different now. So
Fair. I've been saying there is fair criticism of his overall play and linking play, but there's also something to say about them not feeding him enough when he's making the runs.
That's fair.
Yeah, that makes sense. 'Cause you only do so much, right? And like as a striker in his kind of role, if you're not getting chances, it'll be tough to score, right? Pep tends to overthink a lot. Yep, we've seen this in CL games specifically.
Yeah.
You think Alvarez may think of a departure if he continues to sit on the bench? If City win the league, I think he'll want to stick around for the ride.
I think he's going to stick around anyway and I think that Haaland will be gone before he is.
Yeah, you think Alvarez will outlast him?
Haaland's gonna be at Madrid by like 2025, realistically speaking.
Probably.
I think that'll like once Ben's maybe kind of, you know,
Fizzles out.
fizzles out and has his last hurrah. I think that's when Haaland comes in and he takes the reins over at Madrid.
And Mbappe?
I don't know about that. Like I don't know, maybe who knows? But I think Haaland, I can definitely see at Madrid, and I think that's when maybe Alvarez just kind of swoops in and becomes like the key man at City, and I can see him having a long career at City. Alvarez.
Fair enough.
Then about an Argentine striker at City, you know, yeah, works, you know.
Alvarez pulling a Ferran Torres? Question mark.
Is he going to Barca? I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. Barca were interested in him initially before City came calling, and he was super cheap, like 20 mil, something like that.
As a Lewandowski replacement.
I don't know necessarily as a Lewandowski replacement, but he's versatile across the front three. Like he could play left, right, striker, so he's a good option to have, no matter where he plays, right? Haaland was a Raiola client prior to his passing, so I can see how they have his next clubs mapped out already.
Yeah. Wouldn't surprise me one bit.
Yeah, it's business, bro.
Yeah.
And yeah, the last game of the CL, Inter versus Porto. Inter 1-0, goal from Big Rome, man like Lukaku, 86th minute, just before the end, makes it 1-0 for Inter. Decent little victory. They won at home too, so can they do it away at the Dragão?
Such a shitty goal from Lukaku too.
Man, goal's a goal, man.
Bounced right back to his feet.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Sometimes it's all you need to get going again, you know? Maybe Big Rom's back. Maybe that's Chelsea's striker next season.
Imagine
Big Rom.
Rom back.
Yeah, Rom back.
I don't know, bro.
Crazy, man. But I think, I don't know, from what I saw, like I didn't catch the full game, but I did see some of the highlights. Like Porto had their chances. Like Onana, I think, had a great game. But I think red card for Porto, I think, really kind of maybe, you know, it's tough for them to come back after that. And man, why wasn't you starting?
I don't know.
Right?
Blasphemous.
I
Gotta ask
think
the
if
gaffer,
they have
bro.
if they have any chance of you know coming back in the second leg, Eustáquio needs to be on the field. I think, man. 'Cause I think he's been like probably their best midfielder this season, but I don't know. I think Inter maybe take it. I can see maybe a draw second leg and Inter progress on aggregate.
True.
Lukaku's done.
Done? What do you mean?
I don't know. Like, I don't see his place in the world as a footballer
That's crazy.
anymore.
Why?
Back for a third stint with Chelsea. Like, no.
Why not?
Close that book,
You
that
think?
door, that bridge.
So he's gonna stay at Inter
I don't know.
for the
like,
foreseeable future.
I honestly think he should go to, like, MLS or, like,
MLS, bro. Come on,
Saudi
man. He still got
Arabia.
quality, bro.
He's got time, man.
does he?
I mean, yeah.
He's such an eyesore.
Okay.
I can see him like low key doing his thing at Atletico.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know, bro.
No, man, it's gross.
Atletico.
I don't know, bro.
Like, you know, I think there's going to be maybe some kind of like Felix Lukaku massaging of a deal there
What?
where Lukaku's going to end up at Atleti. Felix will stay at Chelsea.
He ruined his career ever since he put out that video where he wants to go back to Inter.
Low key,
That
bro.
was blasphemous.
That was career
That
suicide,
was
bro.
Crazy, man.
He literally finished himself. Stupidest thing he ever does as a footballer.
Crazy. Why was Onana beefing Dzeko?
I don't know.
You guys see why?
You want him to score goals, I would imagine. I don't know. Onana seems to be like a pretty vocal keeper. Like, I think it's like maybe the second or third time I see him scrapping somebody on the Inter team. I always see it on my timeline on Twitter, but I don't know. But Will saying Lukaku has the quality, and that is being generous with his first touch. Yeah, he doesn't have the mentality to fight when the chips are. Yeah, I think that's pretty fair. And I think like when he was younger, you know, playing at West Brom, playing at Everton, he kind of had that chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, he was that guy. He was
Like,
him.
you know, he's like he wanted to prove people wrong, and he had like a lot of motivation. Where it's now, is I feel like he's kind of comfortable. You know, like he's done his thing. Like he has a lot of goals in the Prem, and now I don't think he has that real drive to succeed like he did before. Because you saw he was hungry
Yeah, it's
when he was
facts.
playing for Everton, when he was playing for West Brom. The dreads were, you know, flopping around, and he was hungry, man. But now, I don't know.
Just chilling now.
He's just chilling. Like he had a little bit of a resurgence at Inter, but I think that was just like a little flash in the pan. Like He needs someone to kind of get him going again. But
Maybe. I meant saying no. I would advise him to stay at Inter. He shouldn't have left in the first place. He kind of revived his career at Inter.
facts.
Yeah, because what he did with that interview kind of messed him up, and like now he's like slowly kind of starting to pick up form, I guess. But is what it is. Never should have left Inter. The squad was almost built around him. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. Definitely shouldn't have left Inter, in my opinion. But I don't know. Money, who knows?
He went for a hefty penny too, right?
Yeah, that too. Pretty expensive transfer fee. Onana got sent home early from the World Cup for disciplinary issues. The guy might be a problem. Yeah, maybe he's like a firecracker, just acts out, just kind of outlandish, kind of crazy kind of guy.
Yeah.
Because he did kind of have that bratty kind of behavior, just being sent home early, right? Because beefing with the coach or
Oh, yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, I forgot about that, man.
But yeah, that's Inter. I think they'll advance, low key. I mean, they have a decent team, and Inter in the CL. We've seen Porto do well kind of recently too, but I don't know. I feel like Inter will go through. Low key. But yeah, that's all the CL games. And then today we had some cheeky Europa League games. Cheeky indeed. The man Solo over there at the United kid.
Solo Dolo.
We'll get to that, but go Juve first. 12:45 games. 12:45 games.
So we had Juve thrashing Nantes. Could have been a lot higher score. They won 3-0. Hat trick from man like Angel Di Maria.
Stepped it up.
Lovely first goal, bro. That one-time finesse from outside the box. Woo. Beauty, bro. But yeah, Juve did their thing. They're 1-1 the first leg, right?
Yeah.
Came to play a tricky Nantes side away and ended up winning 3-0. Victory for them.
Di Maria, man. What a player. Do you guys think that, like, Di Maria, like, I saw this on, I think it was either Twitter or TikTok. I saw it somewhere under a clip of the Di Maria goal. You guys think that Di Maria is, like, one of the most, like, underrated players, like, of our generation?
Yeah, he's definitely got to be up there. He's up there for assists too, like all time, I think. Which is pretty mad, like if you think about it, because like if you think about like the best passers, like the best assisters, like in football, I don't think a lot of people think about Di Maria, right? And he's up there, but he's definitely been kind of underlooked. I think maybe people kind of see like his time as United as like kind of like a stain on his career a little bit, maybe because he didn't perform too well there. But besides that, like his career's been pretty amazing, right?
Did his thing in Madrid.
Yeah.
World Cup
Mm-hmm.
winner now too. Copa America
Yep.
as well. Like,
Instrumental, bro.
talented player, man.
I like him. I was always a big fan. At Madrid, PSG.
Forgot he was at PSG. too.
I thought I was always a big fan of him. Left-footed.
Argentinian, eh? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I liked him though. I always thought he was fantastic, and he turned up in big games always,
Yeah.
which I respect because I don't respect players that don't turn up in big games.
You don't respect Lewandowski then, I guess, right?
No, he scored 4 against Real Madrid in the
How long ago was that?
semifinal. Doesn't matter.
Sure does.
10 years ago. It's crazy
No,
to think
he-
about, but
He
Decade ago, bro.
He scored in a knockout stage for Poland at the World Cup.
You don't respect Suarez then, I guess.
Suarez has a Champions League final goal.
What about his UCL away goal record?
Is what it is, but he has a Champions League final goal.
That's not stepping up in big games then, is it?
How he scored in the biggest game of his career.
What about besides that?
What's more than that? It's the biggest game of his career. He scored. Past Buffon, one of the best keepers ever.
Soft.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and Di Maria's man of the match 2014 Champions League final for Real Madrid. Sir Alex Ferguson handed him the plaque. And then he signed for United right after.
crazy.
Remember that? I was very young, impressionable at the time.
People forget his stint with Madrid. He was playing as a 8 at times. Man of the match in the 2014 UCL
Yeah,
final.
it is.
Native move hurt him a bit, but brilliant at PSG. Balled in World Cup final too.
Yeah.
Di Maria built different, bro. But that was Juve Nantes. Some other games. Monaco ended up losing to Leverkusen on pens.
They were ahead 3-2, right? Aggregate.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
And then Leverkusen went through on pens. Sporting beat Midtjylland 4-0. 5-1 on aggregate. PSV
Beat
beats
Sevilla.
Sevilla
but
2-0.
Sevilla went
But
through.
Sevilla went through
It was
3-2.
2-0.
Yeah, 2-0.
Oh shoot.
Did you guys see in that game, PSV fan got onto the field
They didn't want to attack.
and
the-
tried to attack the Sevilla keeper Dimitrovic,
Actually?
but Dimitrovic just pinned him down, and he had him pinned down
Yeah, I didn't see that.
until the security came. And you see Xavi Simons and Luke De Jong were coming up to the fan and be like, "Yo, like, what's going on? Like, what
Yeah.
are you doing?" But man, you don't mess with a big Serb.
Stupid.
Like, he's crazy. Like, he's tall, Serbian, bald. Like, you don't mess with that.
Fair
There's
enough.
no
bro.
way.
Fair enough.
But he got bodied. Sevilla went through. You guys think Sevilla can win Europa League?
I don't know, man. They've been pretty rough in La Liga this season.
Has that
This-
stopped them before?
No, but
They don't have the team, man. Especially with the competition in the Champions League, in the Europa League. Sorry.
like I know they're Europa League merchants, but there's stronger teams in the competition this season.
You think the Europa League is elevated as a whole?
Has it elevated or has other teams kind of downgraded?
Well, could be both, right?
Hey, Pure Best Bro in the chat. What's up, C's? What's up?
What up?
They need Emery only way. Look, I this season, I always wanted to say like Thursday nights are where it's at.
Not anymore.
Better than Tuesday and Wednesday nights. But I would say, who cares about Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday nights? Football is for the weekend. Football's for Saturday and
So
Sunday.
you don't rate CL?
It's crazy.
I don't rate Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday nights.
That's crazy.
Is
bro.
it? Are you saying that only because your team isn't playing on Tuesdays?
That's gotta
Wednesdays,
be the
or
reason,
Thursdays
bro.
anymore.
Saturdays are for Calcio, like IFTV says.
Come on, bro.
No, Sundays, sorry. And Saturdays are for Premier League.
That's crazy, bro.
I don't rate weekday footy nights.
Who let this guy on the couch?
See,
Come
football
on.
is for 11 p.m. Saturday at Vaughn. He
Come
knows.
on,
Who
bro.
let this guy on the couch?
Everyone in the chat, pull up.
Who let this guy on the couch, man?
Yeah,
Pull up.
There's some outlandish.
Whose man's is this, bro? You say you don't rate UCL because it's on a weekday.
No, I rate UCL, but like, I'm on a mood right now where it's like Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights, Thursday nights. Nah, football is for Saturdays and Sundays.
We don't be watching football on the weekend.
Is it because you're 8 points clear in the league?
It's because that's what football's about. The Monday to Friday is for getting the work.
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
the job,
yeah.
and getting the job done.
What?
Not football.
But what if your team can't get the job done during the week?
Then, if they're not getting the job done, then I will. Someone's gonna have to.
What are you gonna do?
What
are you gonna do?
waffling about?
If my team's not going to work on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday nights, I am. Someone's got to.
That's crazy.
What?
If Barca won't, I got to. Someone's got to. I guess that has to be me.
What is blood waffling about,
I don't
bro?
know.
I'm,
See, these guys get it.
I'm
No,
confused.
no one
bro.
said anything. in
I'm
the chat.
confused. No one's siding with you, bro.
Yeah, see?
Press 1 if you're not siding with
This
Jay.
guy is waffling in the chat. Bro.
See, Napoli already won UCL. It's done. There's a chance. Jay must be happy about the Barca result then. I don't rate Thursday nights.
What?
If they don't get it done during the week, they'll get it done on the weekends. Exactly.
So are you happy with the result?
I'm not happy. I'm just disappointed.
What?
What?
I got you guys thinking there a little bit. I messed up your brain a little bit there.
What?
Okay, Will Chan saying I might be solo on this one.
Yeah.
Facts.
Nothing wrong with being different.
You're on your one.
Okay, bro.
You're on
Nothing
your,
wrong
you're
with
on
being
your one.
But being
tier,
different for the sake of being different is kind of cringe.
Pure best bro I'm for the W. Thank you.
He's glazing, bro.
bro.
He's glazing.
He's waffling.
He's glazing.
How good is UEFA football really brings the Super League? Yes. And watch, Super League is gonna be on Friday nights.
No, it's not.
No,
bro.
It's impossible,
Bro,
man. There's league
The,
football.
the Champions League format's changing, what, next season anyways?
If Super League is on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday nights, I'm not watching.
Yeah.
When else, bro?
Monday nights.
Monday
There's
night.
league
There's
football in the
league
week.
games.
They gotta change it somehow.
Bro, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is like the only other days, pretty much.
They'll invent a new day. They'll figure it out.
It'll invent
What?
a new day.
They'll figure it out.
You're waffling.
The comments love it though.
I don't know, bro.
They love the switch up in energy.
I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I brought the banter.
Kind of
Ah,
moving.
You guys
wild.
like it, right?
You're losing me here,
You're
man.
kind of moving wild.
Drop a
bro.
W if I'm right. Drop a W.
Just a bunch of L's in the chat.
Just ban all club comps and make it all international
Finally.
competitions.
Nah.
Finally,
that's
someone
not-
agreed. nice.
You're waffling there.
No, that I could agree with.
Nah.
Yeah.
That'll get boring real quick.
Yeah.
Man, if I had to watch Brazil versus Bolivia every weekend, I would literally I'd rather off myself.
What
I
about
will love it, and I think I deserve it.
What about,
Face
what about Canada, Honduras?
Yeah,
You could watch that every week.
On a Tuesday, maybe.
Yeah.
definitely not.
See,
on a
Tuesday nights, not for
No,
European
no, man.
soccer.
So you're not going to the game.
Nah. Nah.
Fair
Oh, we got our boys the give and go in the cut. What's up?
Who should coach Brazil?
Ancelotti.
Don Carlo Ancelotti, bro.
Look.
You think so?
Tailor made for this Brazil team.
You like it?
Bro,
Taylor
the
made.
way that he
Wait,
has,
so you like it, but your brother is the one who made the video about it. So why he hates the fact that he's actually going to coach the team?
you know,
Hate it.
just because we're related, we don't have the same
So
opinions, right?
why didn't you make a video to counter him? Be like, no, dude, my brother's waffling out of his ass.
He's always waffling.
He's
Hey,
always
no,
waffling.
no. I got good opinions. Look,
So if not
Look.
Ancelotti, then who?
the give and go. Thanks for your question. Look, Brazil is the #1 football nation of all time.
Okay.
If I think that's undisputed, and everyone knows that. So, the fact that they need to hitch another coach from another nation shows they lost, shows that they're failing, and shows that it's a disgrace. So, if they have to get a coach from their biggest rival other than Argentina, that's disgusting to me. It makes me want. It honestly makes me want to throw up. I said this on the story. It makes me want to throw up because you're throwing away all your national pride for what? Okay, let's say they get Ancelotti and lose in the quarterfinal again. What's the point?
Why not?
You just costed your pride just so you could get the top tier coach, and he still doesn't get the job done
Why not get the best of the best if available?
because it's international footy and you're the best nation ever. You should be grabbing for your own country.
Remind me again of Brazil's women's team's nationality, where she's from.
Huh?
Pia Sundhage, Swedish. So it's different for the women's.
Yes.
Why?
Is Brazil women's the best nation of all time? No, USA is, and they have an American coach.
So
Also, Germany, probably second best all time. German coach.
So
Is
who's
she?
coaching Brazil?
all the names you're about to say are nowhere near.
It doesn't
Near.
matter because you're supposed to ride with what you got.
Are
it's,
you?
It's national team soccer. You're acting like Brazil's Iran or
Hold
like
on.
New Zealand.
Hold on,
They
where-
need a foreign coach.
Where's Canada's coach from?
You're comparing Canada to Brazil.
Well, what does it matter where
Brazil's
they're
5
from?
World Cups.
Where does it matter where they're from?
No, that's disgusting.
How's that disgusting? List the options you have.
Say a name.
He needs
There
a
you go.
name,
I
man.
need a name.
Give him a name.
List the options, bro.
You can't
Give me the
name a
names.
No, you give me the names. How can I give you the names if you're the one rooting for them?
Okay.
I gave you my name.
Okay. Kuka.
Kuka.
Yeah.
Where's he now?
Doesn't matter.
You don't know.
Who's that?
Next.
I don't have to
Next.
Dunga. Is he still coach?
I don't think so.
No?
Go ahead.
know. Morisi.
Mauricio Hamali.
Yeah.
Is he still coaching?
Give me any Brazilian coach.
These coaches are not good enough. Cheech was the best Brazilian coach
Okay.
Brazil could have.
Okay.
No one else in Brazil comes close to him. What did he do?
You ride with your guys.
No, bro. They've
Brazil-
been riding with their guy. When was the last time they won the World Cup? 02.
Okay.
Okay, what?
Not everyone can win every year.
Brazil, like you said, the best footballing nation in
Yeah.
the world.
They've
Why
been-
couldn't they win another World Cup?
Yeah.
Since 02, how many World Cup has there been? There's been
06, 2010,
Oh,
2014,
4,
2018,
5?
22.
okay.
Five World
From
Cups,
all those World Cups, how many times have they been favorites?
pretty much.
Almost all of them.
Every
Okay, they haven't won since.
They have the talent, but they don't have the coaches.
Okay.
That's how Brazilian football is. There's no
Scolari.
good coaches in Brazil.
okay, but the way I look at it, it's like it's cheating.
How's it cheating?
Oh, yeah, weren't you the one that was making fun of Italy for picking up Jorginho,
Yeah.
picking up Toloi?
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
But that,
if anything,
no,
it's worse.
it's actually different
It's
because
probably
they're
worse.
picking up the scraps. We're picking up the cream of the crop. We're picking the best that we can.
Oh, nice. Oh,
taking
nice.
scraps, taking the little pigeon food is different than taking the steak.
Oh, nice. Oh, so nice. We're not good enough. Let us go buy our ticket to the World Cup.
Yeah.
No.
You gotta swallow your pride and admit
No,
Brazil
you
do
don't-
not have a good enough coaches.
They don't, but you ride
And
with your
saying,
guys.
oh, Ancelotti's available. Why not go for him? Why not
No.
give it a try?
No, I ride with my guys.
And you're gonna keep losing because of that.
Okay, then I'm losing with pride.
What does that mean though? So pride is losing how much against Germany in
no.
2014?
Okay, no, what's worse?
Pride is losing against Croatia.
Okay, what's worse? What's worse? Brazil losing to Croatia with Teach or losing to Croatia with Carlo Ancelotti? What's worse?
What does that wait? what
Let's
does that
say they
matter?
lost to Croatia with Carlo Ancelotti. What's worse?
How would they have played then? That's how it matters. If they played well and they deserve to win, then I'm not mad. Did Brazil deserve to win against Croatia?
Yeah.
You could say they did.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
Besides one like Neymar brilliance, did they really deserve to win?
Okay.
When you had like like Cheech taking off Vini and putting on what, Fred?
Okay,
Fred was playing striker in the last few minutes.
Okay.
For what?
Okay, Brazil lose let's say Brazil lose in the quarterfinal of the next World Cup with Ancelotti. You happy? You content?
Well, who are you to say that Brazil won't go any higher with a Brazilian manager?
But let's say they lose in the quarterfinal. Are you content?
I'd be happy to see how they experimented with a foreign coach. If
Okay,
they played well, and if
Brazil played well in the round of 16, the game right before against Korea, they smashed them.
Korea,
Yeah, Korea, they smashed them.
who are Korea in terms of football?
Okay, they still smashed them. I literally just asked the question: what if they lost in the quarterfinal next World Cup with Ancelotti?
If they played well and they lost, tough.
And they just lost with that foreign coach you pretty much paid to have.
Well, not really.
What do you mean not really?
How?
What do you mean how?
What do you mean paid to have?
The foreign coach that you like put everything in your power to get because you can't do it with your own, and he couldn't deliver you to the promised land.
Well, nothing's obviously guaranteed, but if the best of the best is available, why not try?
No.
Just because of pride? What pride is not winning since 2002? What pride is losing against Germany? How much?
No wonder you like City.
I don't like City.
No, that's like a City opinion.
How's that a City opinion?
Like the way you're talking, like it translates to you liking Man City, basically.
But I don't like Man City. And how does that translate to that?
No, I don't rate that. Like,
But why?
we're not a small nation. It's Brazil.
But Brazil, not a small nation, can produce world-class coaches.
Okay,
they can
so-
produce world-class players, but not coaches.
So you learn through the failure and keep growing.
But they've been failing since 2002.
Okay.
What do you mean, okay? There's been no improvements. Cheech has been the best since
There
that
has been
timeline.
improvement.
How?
From 2018, there was improvement.
There's no good Brazil managers right now. Maybe 1, 2 max, but there's no good Brazil managers.
Okay,
The best
so-
was Cheech.
Okay, so maybe this is the kind of slap in the face they need to
So-
realize, we need to grow our managers.
So 02 wasn't a slap in the face? 2014 was a slap in the
02
face?
we won.
Since after that. 2014 was a slap in the face? 2010, Brazil had like what? A golden generation pretty much?
2010?
What? Kaká?
2010? What are you talking about?
Sorry, 2006.
2010 was our worst squad of all time.
Sorry, 2006. Ronaldo, Kaká, Ronaldinho.
Okay, you're saying we lost because of bad coaching in 06. We lost
How?
because Roberto Carlos was tying his shoe. You're saying all these bad coachings. Literally every Brazil loss since 02 was bad luck.
You think so?
Yes, you know that. 06 was because our left back was tying his shoe. 2010, Felipe Melo scores an own goal and gets a red card. How's that the coach's fault?
But you shouldn't be losing because of bad luck.
2014, we lost because our two best players weren't playing. You're the one that's talking about Barca losing to Man United because our best players were missing.
Yeah, but you're bringing it to the players. Brazil have world-class players. The players can produce
Okay.
a moment out of nothing.
So produce on the pitch.
that's
Why is
not-
it always the coach's fault?
That's not due to the coaches, is it? You mentioned the players.
Okay, no. Fred being the furthest off the pitch against Croatia is the coach's fault? You're saying the coach told Fred, you're the number 9 for the rest of the game.
The coach's fault was taking off Vini when he was having a good game, taking him off in the 60th minute.
Okay, I could say
The
that's a
co-
bad decision.
The bad thing about Cheech was not playing Bruno Guimaraes.
Okay, I could say that, yeah. Okay. I never said he's a perfect coach.
Well, he's the best we have, and we couldn't perform.
Okay, and we
there's
lost
no one
because
better
of
than
a
him.
fluke. Because of a deflection. The ball deflected off of Marquinhos and in. We lost because of a fluke.
So not starting Bruno G is a fluke? Subbing off Vini when he was performing is a fluke?
Okay, you could say that about like any team
But
that
that's
loses.
tactical decisions.
You could say that about any team that loses.
That's tactical decisions, though.
Okay. I never said he's the best coach in the world, but I'm gonna ride with my national team
Well, you're
with the
okay.
players from my country because we're the best footballing nation.
But when I asked you to name some coaches, you failed.
Okay.
So who are you gonna hire?
I gotta get educated.
So how can you come
okay.
into this
Okay,
being
we're-
uneducated?
we're in a time of ruins, in a time of downfall, and let me just resort to losing, claiming the L and saying no, we can't do it. Let me go get an Italian gaffer. That's
Yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah.
That's
Swallow your
disgusting.
pride. Admit We don't
Swallow
have
your
we don't have
pride.
good enough quality coaches.
Yeah, that's
Let's try something different.
it's been admitted, but let's try to win it anyways.
So what if that continues to keep going? Then what? Just keep trying Brazilian coaches until
Yes.
eventually you
This
somehow
isn't
luckily
club
win.
soccer. You can't just get whoever you want.
Why not?
Is Italy gonna go get a German manager, a Spanish manager?
Italy have world class coaches.
Okay.
Do Brazil, Germany have world class coaches. Do Brazil? No.
Do Germany have world class coaches? Who?
Flick,
Is he?
Tuchel.
Is he?
Yeah.
He's getting sacked everywhere he goes.
Ooh.
Tuchel. He got sacked by PSG. He got sacked by Chelsea. Is he world class?
Flick's not a world class coach.
What did Germany do at the World Cup?
Klopp's not a world class coach.
What's he doing now?
What do you mean? Look at what he's won.
Yeah, in the past. We're talking about the present.
What has Cheech won?
Teach won he won Copa Libertadores,
Okay. What has Klopp won?
Champions League.
Okay. What do you think holds more pedigree?
It depends where you are.
Huh?
It depends where you are.
What do you mean?
I'm sure some people would say the South American ones matters more.
Really?
That community.
What do you
yeah.
guys think?
Obviously, on a world scale, it's Champions League. I'm not arguing about that. That's not the question here.
Give and Go said, I need a name.
That was a while ago. That was like 20 minutes ago.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
He needs a name, bro. You ain't
He
giving no
said it.
names. Just get a Portuguese manager. Even Portuguese managers are better than the Brazilian crop we have.
Okay, I get they're better, but like you sound happy to like talk down on like Brazil being so bad.
Because they're
Look at-
failing, bro.
Look at the give and go comment. Jay's passion is a beautiful thing to see, and Matt sounds like a disappointed father that expected better from his child.
That's accurate.
It's kind
That's
of
that's facts.
Kind of facts.
No, I'm disappointed. You said your favorite moment as a Brazil fan in the last decade
And Jay just
was watching Argentina beat Brazil.
That's banter, bro. That's a joke.
Is
No.
it though? I don't know, man.
No. Even Anthony say, Jay, give us a name.
Give us a name, Jay.
You're saying, oh, I don't want a foreign coach. Then who do you want?
I want a Brazilian coach.
Give us a name.
No, let me say this first.
You avoiding the subject, bro.
Would Italy ever get a Spanish manager, a German manager?
They don't
No.
need to because they have world-class
Okay,
coaches.
what if suddenly they have bad coaches?
Suddenly?
They wouldn't do
Has
that.
Brazil had world-class coaches? No.
Yeah, they've never had a world-class coach.
Back in what? 50s, 60s, 70s?
Okay, you go
80s?
through eras. Did Spain have world-class coaches pre-2010?
They do now.
Okay, maybe Brazil's time will be in 4 years. In 8
4 years. You got to start
Let-
preparing.
Let us disrupt the cycle, our 100-year cycle of having Brazilian coaches, and completely tarnishing the buildup of Brazilian coaches by bringing in an Italian manager. Yeah, you know what that does for the future of the Brazilian national team?
What?
It shows that we won't have Brazilian managers. We'll just happily take a foreign manager.
But if they go and they actually win the World Cup, then what?
Then great. But what if they don't? There's a bigger chance you don't win than win.
Obviously, based on the odds.
Yes. But the fact that if you have no other options out there and you're literally the only option you have available to you to actually go out and win the World Cup, and knowing that you have the best players in the world and are expected to win the World Cup with every team that you go into the World Cup with, why not try something else?
Look at the third sentence MN just said. No manager ever won the World Cup that wasn't from that nation. Does that make you feel good?
Like I said, records are meant to be broken.
Like,
You still haven't given us names, bro.
okay, let me get some names.
Oh, you got to Google it?
Yeah,
Why?
because
You're so hell-bent on having a Brazilian coach, but you can't name a few?
because the name doesn't matter. You ride with your guys. Look, I'm seeing so many facts. Scaloni was nobody before. You build up your own. You put belief in your own.
So give us some.
Someone has to be the guy.
Give us some.
Okay, let me get some.
Do you know who's the interim manager? Do you know his name?
He's
No.
Googling it. Give him a second.
No ball knowledge. Ramon
Give
Menezes.
him a second.
Won the under-20 South American Championship with Brazil, undefeated.
So you think he should take over?
He's going to be interim manager until Brazil could find a permanent guy.
Are you going to ride with him Copa America 2024?
If he's still there, yeah, 100%. If he's still there, yeah.
Fair.
Why not?
Fair.
If he performs, if I like the style of football, why not?
Why not?
You know?
Okay, I got a couple names.
Oh, after Googling, nice.
Yeah, yeah, because then I forgot the name.
Oh, yeah,
Diniz,
for sure.
Diniz.
Diniz? Fernando
Yeah.
Diniz? What has he done?
Tiki Taka football.
Tiki-taka football. With who?
Palmeiras.
Who are some of his standout players?
Doesn't matter.
Fred.
You haven't watched, so how can you say?
But this is a brilliant point from MN. Who knew of Scaloni before?
You can say the same thing. Who knew of Pep before? Yeah, you give these guys a chance, but what are the odds they succeed like Scaloni, like Pep did?
Exactly. You give your own a chance.
And they've been doing that.
Okay. Someone has to be that guy.
But what are the
Why
odds
do you
that
stop
nobody
now?
steps
Why
up?
stop now? Why stop now? Why stop right now?
Because they've been failing.
Okay, but why
And the
right
opportunity comes up. How often does an opportunity like Carlo Ancelotti arise?
now? Who said that came up though?
There's been rumors that he's been
He's
contacted.
literally coach of Real Madrid.
What's your point?
Who said that came up though?
¿Por qué no les dos?
What?
Why not both?
Why not both, bro?
Why not both? What?
Jobs.
You can't do that.
It's a job.
That's what the Taco Bell commercial
Okay.
said.
Let's say you go to the next World Cup, you have a Brazilian manager, and then you lose.
You lose with pride.
Well,
You
six
lose.
years
You,
now. And
What
then-
pride, bro? There's no
but-
pride
okay.
now.
Okay.
How many more World Cups until you're like, you know what? Let's get a new manager.
let me get a foreign coach as being the best football nation of all time. Let me go get an Italian coach. Never.
Never.
This is international soccer. This isn't club soccer. We're not City. We're not just gonna buy the. You know the way you're talking. You should be a Real Madrid fan.
Why?
He is.
The shiniest toy. That's what you want.
What do you mean the shiniest toy?
Ancelotti, you literally said that in not so many words. You said
How?
he's the best coach, the best available. Let's get him. Why don't you support Real Madrid? That's basically the
I'm a
formula.
Barca fan.
That's the formula.
How's that
though.
the formula?
That's the formula.
So what's Brazil's formula?
You believe in what you got.
And
like,
how's that believing been doing, Mr. Disney?
like I'm not comfortable with the idea of a gaffer coming in to coach Brazil that doesn't even speak Portuguese.
What's your point?
How are you
He
gonna talk
speaks
about the
Spanish.
Translate, no? Google
players? Does every
Translate.
player know Spanish?
Brazilian?
Yeah.
They could definitely understand, yeah.
Every Brazilian player knows Spanish.
If you know Portuguese.
Can they understand and converse back in Spanish?
Yes.
Every single player? You know that for a fact?
I couldn't tell you for a fact, obviously.
But imagine as a Brazilian, the best nation of all time, the biggest camaraderie of a football nation in the world. No other national team has more
You
camaraderie.
think a coach would change that?
No, okay, let me finish. No other national team has that kind of camaraderie. Yeah, let them go to camp. And guys like Coutinho have always said, I prefer going to play for my national team more than club. Getting called up for a national team and going to camp is the best thing. Imagine going to camp and your coach can't speak to you in your language.
Talking about Coutinho in big 2023 is kind of crazy.
The only reason that all these Brazilian players love going to the Brazilian national team more than their clubs is because it's all just for the vibes when it comes to national
Exactly,
teams
and
for Brazil.
vibes are gone.
So you're
Okay,
saying
but-
a manager's gonna change that?
Yes.
Okay,
So you're
but-
saying guys like Vini, guys like Eder Militao, guys like Rodrigo don't consider
Look at you
Ancelotti
naming
like a
Madrid
father
players.
figure?
Look at you naming Madrid players.
Okay, but
Because that's who he coaches. What do you mean?
listen to
Okay.
this.
You don't think they'd be thrilled with Ancelotti coming to coach Madrid or
they,
Barca?
they might be happy. Yeah.
Would you give up all the vibes, all the the celebrations in order to win a World Cup?
Okay,
If Ancelotti goes out there and like, you know what, guys, no more celebrations. Get the fucking head in the game, and
Yeah.
the score goes and win
And-
trophies,
and ba-
and they win.
Yeah, and based off what
and
you
they
guys
never
are,
celebrate ever again.
based off what you guys are saying, you guys are putting this like proclamation that getting him is guaranteeing a World Cup.
No, there's no guarantee.
That's
but
basically what you're saying.
if the best is available, why not give it a try?
He's a proven
this
gaffer.
isn't club soccer.
This is Ancelotti, bro.
my
This
God.
ain't no random. This
This
ain't
is-
Fernando Diniz,
Okay,
who
but-
hasn't done anything outside of Brazil.
But this isn't club soccer. You can't just go get whoever you want. Like, what's wrong with you? This
do
is
you mean?
international soccer.
What's your point?
You can't just go get whoever you want.
Why not?
Because that ruins the sacredity of international soccer.
Sacredy. What?
Yes.
Is that a word?
Yes. You have players and you have coaches who are from the country. Like it's literally like a simple formula.
How's it a simple formula?
Why would you switch on that? Like who does that?
Because it's not working.
what top nation does that? Okay, so it stops working. So let us go cheat and go get someone from another country.
How's that? It's against the rules?
No, but it's basically what's
cheating?
the word?
It's immoral.
Yeah, it's immoral.
Immoral.
Yeah.
So what's so moral about having a coach from your same nation?
Pure.
Because it's international soccer. It's the national team. The coach leading the team isn't from the national team. Like that doesn't make sense. Like we're not Iran. We're not New Zealand. We're not this small country who literally needs a foreign coach because we don't even have structure in our nation.
But this big country has no structure in terms of managers.
So someone needs that one chance to make it change.
And how long is that going to take?
as long as it needs.
So they go trophyless for the entirety of your life. You'd be happy because they kept that purity.
You're just saying what ifs.
So are you.
Okay.
So this is all just a big what if.
Okay, but like
I think my what if has a greater possibility of success.
Like now I know why sometimes the people on this panel say you're like this spoiled Barca fan. Like that's a spoiled attitude.
How's that spoiled?
Oh, we suck. Let us go get Ancelotti because we can. Like that's so spoiled.
How's that spoiled? If that's a possibility.
Because that shouldn't be how it is.
But why?
Because you shouldn't just be able to go get another manager from a different country for your national team. If you're the best team in the world.
But they're not the best team in the world.
They're not the best team of all time.
That's history.
Yes.
When was the last time they won the World Cup?
When's the last time they had a foreign coach?
They haven't.
Okay. So they won 5 World Cups with a Brazilian coach?
It's 2023, man.
Bro, we're in 2023 now.
20
Okay.
years.
Okay.
What's the
Why
longest?
didn't Argentina go get Ancelotti?
You weren't alive to win.
Why didn't Argentina go get Ancelotti?
At this time now? In
No.
2023?
No, before Scaloni.
Wasn't an option.
Why did they pick Scaloni?
I'm not Argentina. I don't
Was
know.
he a good coach before that? Was he coaching?
I don't have much knowledge on Scaloni, to be honest.
Was Coach Reaver, I think, Replay maybe.
Like I don't know. I can't. Sue me for having a little bit of pride. Sue me for having the belief that as the best national team of all time, we should have a coach from our country. Like that we shouldn't have to resort to getting a coach from our rival country, and that makes you ecstatic. That
Sue me
possibility.
for thinking it's wrong to try something different and go outside of the norms and what's normal for your country and having pride when there is no pride when you're a loser since 2002.
This isn't club soccer, man.
Doesn't matter, bro.
Yes, it does. It's World Cup. Like it's international soccer.
I don't know.
That no, honestly, like you say, oh, like Brazil loser. Like I think that's a loser attitude.
Why?
Because you can't do it on your own. Let us go get help.
So having a loser mentality is consistently going through the same thing and not fixing it. That's having a problem and not fixing it, or trying to fix it.
How do you know they're not trying to fix? Okay, trying to fix it by choosing the option that isn't within their realm.
How many Brazilian managers do you know managing outside of Brazil that have success?
How many Brazilian managers
Answer the
won World
question.
Cups?
Answer the question.
Huh?
Answer the question.
None.
So what's so special about Brazilian managers?
That they're Brazilian, and this is the
So
Brazilian
just because of
national
where they're
team.
born.
That they're Brazilian. This is the Brazilian national team. It's that simple.
All I'm saying is I don't see anything wrong with trying to hire a foreign gaffer.
I do.
When you've been losing since 2002, and your best ever Brazil coach since that time couldn't step up
I do.
with some tactical errors as well.
The way I see it, I think that's like an easy way out. Like you fall into the bottom, and you need like a hall pass to get out. Like you need like a golden ticket to get out. Like instead of grinding through to make it happen, you have to get this easy way out. I think that's a very like far left attitude, to be honest.
What's wrong with that?
It's getting political.
Like that's like you think Brazil settling to have a Brazilian manager is a loser attitude? I think that's a loser attitude. You can't do it on your own. Let us go get someone else from our rival, Italy.
Yeah.
We faced Italy in 2 World Cup finals. That's our biggest rival.
How many times have they won?
We beat them both times.
That's not a rivalry then.
Okay.
For keeping it 1,000, bro.
Okay.
It's not a rivalry.
Matt speaking fact. Let's end it off with the chat here. Ancelotti is definitely a very good choice, but club football isn't the same as international.
That's true.
There's a guarantee with either choice, to be
course,
honest.
of course. there's no
guarantees in
guarantee.
football.
MNL saying, are people in Brazil in favor of getting a new non-Brazilian manager? Would be interesting to see.
It's, I don't know if I'd say 50-50, but there's people that are for it and against it too.
Clearly.
I feel like
Yeah, and the people that are for it are the people that wear Argentina kits
from
in
what
Brazil.
from what I see, it's the older generation kind of against Brazil getting a foreign manager for the
Good,
same
I
reasons
agree with them.
Jay are saying.
Yeah,
the
the
whole-
people that disagree are the ones that wear Argentina kits
The,
instead of
the
Brazil.
whole nationalism kind of thing, and it's crazy because CBF is one of the most corrupt international nations in football. Them AFA also super corrupt, so it's difficult to support a corrupt organization like that, and the people that are in support of that. all I gotta
Okay,
say.
and that corrupt AFA just won the World Cup. Who cares?
The only thing is, like, obviously back in the day, like you guys always mentioned, the Brazilian league was always superior. Was a superior, not always. Was a superior league back in the day.
Yeah,
So obviously, if you have a superior league, that comes with superior management. And if you have Brazilian managers managing the best league in the world, okay, then I'll give it that. They're obviously going to win trophies, they're going to win World Cups. 2023, right? All these players coming out of Brazil and playing in the national team, how many of them actually play in the Brazilian league?
few.
a lot of these players are being coached by European style of football.
Yeah.
And if the managers that are coming out of the Brazilian league coaching into the national team now, they're trying to play some football that's being played in Brazil, it's not the same being played with the players that are being played in Europe. So if you want a manager who wants to play with the players that understand the football is in European style, then maybe you want to keep the roots of Brazilian football, maybe somehow, some way, but it's hard because all these players are playing in Europe.
Yeah.
And if you want to compete in the best with the best, and then you want to get the best players, yeah, the Brazil have the best players in the world, most of. And we're not getting one of the best managers. Ancelotti's also coaching two of the best players in Brazil's team. So that's a key factor there,
Yeah.
I would say. Because
I know.
O2, how many players are playing out of Brazil? Quite a few. Some of them,
Out
I'm
of Brazil?
were playing in the Brazil league.
Oh, that were playing in Brazil? I don't know. I'd have to look at the squad.
But I'm sure some of them were
maybe a
playing. I'm
handful.
sure some of them were playing in the league, right? And I'm sure
Maybe a
some of the
handful,
managers probably even had some of those players playing for them back in the day. But if you're playing players here who are coming out of in Europe and with a manager who hasn't played it, coached in Europe ever, maybe, then how are you gonna kind of play with both?
Yeah, I hear where you're coming from. That makes
So,
sense.
You're playing South American football coaching, coming from a Copa Libertadores, winning there, but then you're gonna coach European players.
Different style. Yeah.
Different football. And then you're just going to what? Because I want to scout some players. I want to watch some European games here and there, but you're not coaching the football. It's different football. It is. And obviously, European football is superior.
Yeah.
No, that's a fair point. I rate the point, but I just personally don't rate that decision. Like,
It's
like I just personally don't rate it. Like, it's not how I believe that should be the way. Like, at your lowest point, you need a ticket from like the gods to help you instead of grinding your way back up with what you have. Like I make fun of Italy all the time for having these Brazilian players. I don't see how it's different with the manager.
I mean,
if anything, no, I think if anything, it's worse. The manager's the leader of the team.
Ancelotti's not a good leader, I guess, right?
He is.
Like you said, Brazil or Italy picking up Brazil's scraps? C team
Jorginho
players?
was top 3 Ballon d'Or.
C-team, B-team
Jorginho was top
players?
3 Ballon d'Or.
What does that mean?
What do you mean? What does that mean? That means he was one of the best in the world.
You think that was
a
justified,
question?
really?
That was a questionable one, but yeah, I'll give it.
He brought Italy to a Euro win.
Single-handedly?
No one wins single-handedly. It's a team sport. Like,
Jairzinho begs to differ. Every goal,
Okay, let's end it there.
1970, only player to
yeah,
do so.
yeah, and so Pele was nothing. Nice.
Single-handedly.
Feel
pretty
good
much.
about that point?
All I'm saying, bro, Italy was picking up Brazil's scraps. We're going for the cream of the crop. That's different to me.
Okay, like again, I don't rate that.
It's fair.
Fair.
I'm not mad with it.
Let's
See
finish
what
tonight off with the Barcelona versus Manchester United game.
We haven't even talked about
Let's just finish
that
it off
yet?
there, boys. Let's
Oh
just
my
finish it off there.
God.
All I'm gonna say is United is superior. Was always superior.
GGMU.
I ain't talking about the league.
What are your thoughts, Matt?
I saw the second half. Couldn't quite catch the first half. Apparently, Barca were more dominant in the first half, and then United kind of, turned up in the second half. I don't know what Ten Hag was telling to the boys in the locker room, but clearly it worked. Man like Fred and Anthony getting 2 decent goals.
Fred had one of his best games.
Wait to finish from Fred, huh?
Fred had one of his best games. Honestly, I love that players like Fred and whoever Sabitzer and Erik Eriksen, they have
Eriksen.
Eriksen when he's healthy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you played in the game. I thought you said
No, Eriksen, Sabitzer, and Fred, when they play next to someone like Casemiro, they have the ability to go up and not be worried.
so much freedom.
So much freedom. Because that's one of the biggest things. If we didn't have Casemiro there, we would have lost.
There's like this
We
one
would've
point
lost.
in the game, like later on in the game, I think Casemiro made a double block.
Yeah.
I think against
Yeah.
it was like Kessie or something.
Like, imagine they still had McTominay.
No, but that's what I'm saying. If
Came on later.
you're literally losing 2 players to play one role, as what Casemiro's doing right there. And if you have 2 players having to sit back just to wait for the counterattack, you lost the game already because the whole reason we won today and the reason we're playing so well with Casemiro next to us on our side is because we have literally 5 players going for the ball, attacking, pressing the ball high, and not sitting back. Whereas even Casemiro sometimes he steps up, presses the ball, but when he steps up and loses position, gets out of his position, then he knows that he's going to go and recover that ball well. And there's times he'll maybe lose it here and there, but our defense definitely is better and a lot more comfortable back there because of the same thing. Martinez, Varane playing in good form as well, but just Fred having that freedom to go up, pressure the ball high, even have those open chances where he even got his goal, is a reason why we were winning these games. Casemiro,
Need a world class 6 nowadays, man.
because Fred literally came out of his position, was on top of the box. Bruno lays it off to him, and good touch on his right and good finish. And then second goal, same thing. Like Garnacho stepping in there, nice ball, a couple of chances in the box, and I think Barca were playing the better half, first half.
Yeah.
It was
From-
looking a
from
little
what I heard,
scary
yeah.
first, right? And then United just, I think some of the changes too, Rashford going up top. He was a little quiet this game, but same thing. Wakers got subbed off. Anthony was something a little bit different that, Barca really wasn't comfortable with. And same thing, Garnacho coming in later on, and even Koundé having some trouble with him.
Yeah.
But the fullbacks definitely had some trouble. Even Balde, I saw. Like, he was going up.
He was attacking well, but defending-
Wan-Bissaka had him covered quite a bit too when he was going forward. And then at the end, when we were pressuring the ball high, we got Dalot in there, and we were just pressing the ball high to get that second goal, which we got. So
Yeah.
I think tactically we played the better game. And again, we have the players on the bench to do it.
Yeah.
Something different to provide. With Barcelona, sure, you guys have the injuries, but same thing. It's different because you have Rafinha playing, you have Ansu Fati playing, but then you're bringing Torres off the bench.
Yeah.
It's not really an impact player, right? Whereas
Fair
if Dembele was starting and you brought in, I don't know,
It'd
something
be
different.
different for sure if everyone was fit and healthy, but I guess we'll never know, right? But I don't know. Lewandowski was kind of quiet after his penalty, from what I understand.
Soft penalty.
Some say a soft penalty was kind of
Soft penalty.
pulled by the arm by Bruno Balde, but I don't know. Like, it's fair, I think, to give it a pen. I can see it go both ways, to be honest,
Mhm.
but I don't know. Lewandowski was quiet after his penalty. I don't know what it is, man. Not getting the service, just dropping too deep. I mean, him and Dembele are a nice, like, dynamic kind of duo because Dembele does his thing and just feeds Lewandowski pretty much. And Rafinha hasn't been able to do that, so Lewandowski's been kind of
Yeah.
isolated, having to drop deep, do stuff for himself, which isn't really working for Barcelona at this point. So it's been tough for him these past few games, but I don't know. He was quiet. Apparently, De Jong had a really good game. Busquets was good as well too. Araujo, but United played the better game end of the day, and
Yeah.
they're through to the next round.
United were the better team over 2 legs, deserved win. Balde is a great player, says
Yep.
JP. JP thinks it's a fire sale. I'll take him, Araujo, and Frankie at United. I bet
Yeah, good luck, bro.
you would.
Good luck.
They're not Juventus.
They ain't
Come
leaving,
on.
bro. Relax.
From this day on, I'm not calling him Araujo anymore. I'm calling him Araujo because that's how it actually is.
Okay, that's fine.
He said himself in an interview
Yeah.
today or yesterday. Growing up, the food was Brazilian, the music was Brazilian, everything was Brazilian, so he's Brazilian.
I rate it.
I'm not calling him Araujo. That's not his name. It's Araujo.
But why do you pick Uruguay?
He's born there and
Where's-
grew up
Are
there.
his parents Brazilian?
Yeah. I'm calling him Araujo because that's how it's pronounced. Not
Damn.
Araujo. It's Araujo.
Would you accept him to the national team?
No.
Thought about that.
He's keeping it a full stack.
Him and Militao at the back?
Brazil-born quality.
He's not born or lived there.
That'd be scary, bro. But you said he's Brazilian.
Yeah, roots. But like,
What are your thoughts?
yeah. Like, okay, yes, a player of his quality, yes, I would want on the team. But like, you gotta have some respect here. Again, we're not like Qatar, like where we just have a random Portuguese player on the field. Like, that's not how it works.
We got Anthony Lafleur saying, "Is Kessie fitting in this Barca side, or is he needing more time?" Honestly, a player like Kessie does not need more time. A player like Kessie, when you buy him, he needs to just fit.
But he hasn't been playing that many minutes. Like, since Busquets got injured, like, he's been kind of filling, like, the space that he leaves behind.
He was never a starter to begin with.
No, Kessie was never a starter, but I don't know. Xavi never really played him that much until just recently now. And, like, you know, how, like, quick do you expect a player to assimilate at a new team like Barca? He's a good player. I understand that. But to fit in at Barca, not a lot of guys could do that right off the bat.
Oh, for sure.
So he's been doing all right, kind of transitioning now into Barca, but I'm not mad with his performance or how he plays. Doesn't bother me.
But yeah, man, United to go through. Honestly, did you say it? Whoever wins this wins Europa League?
Yeah.
United are good. They're good.
They could do it, bro.
I
They
know.
could do
They
it.
are the only team in the top 5 leagues who are still a possibility of winning a quadruple. They have the I think it's the FA Cup final this weekend or FA Cup final this weekend.
But there's also like a lot more cups in England.
It's the Carabao Cup this weekend, final against Newcastle. We have Europa League. We're still fighting for the league, technically, right? There's still a possibility out there, and then we got the FA Cup as well. So interesting. Everyone kind of had them like beginning of the season. Yeah, they're doing all right. They're gonna do okay. They got these
Ten
couple
Hag, bro.
signings.
Cooked.
And then Casemiro.
cooked, and then Casemiro came. I think Casemiro was the biggest thing.
You need a 6 man.
It's the biggest thing. Ten Hag knows his shit, but like getting Casemiro to the side and Casemiro to come in and she's like, yeah, I'll do it. Like, that guy is something else. Brazilian, European, football,
World class, bro.
world class. He can do it by himself, man. Honestly,
Low key, bro.
he's like the only like player that I've seen or I'm like in a while, or I'm like this guy can play solo CDM in today's football where it's so high attacking, and so counter plays well. Like football nowadays is really counter play football.
Him, Rodri.
But Rodri does
I
not
don't rate
compare. Does not compare.
Rodri's
Different
so good,
style.
bro.
Does not compare.
Different style. I think Rodri maybe more possession based. Casemiro maybe more of a traditional 6.
But no, like United have their like
Kimmich maybe.
United have like their style of like football back. I feel like they have their identity back, and like I like that they have a lot of like versatility in the squad. Sancho, who isn't someone who's so like quick, but he's very creative. You know, can really put a nice ball through, and then Anthony, who is really fast, has some good tricks in him. But you know, he obviously still needs a little bit of more of a
IQ.
and like that, like the final finesse where the passing needs to be a little bit better. The shooting has the shots. He scored a goal today too, a beautiful goal. And then Rashford does his thing. He's playing one of his best seasons ever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then even Garnacho, a player coming from the bench as
And
a young player.
Tenhorst. What are your thoughts on Tenhorst?
Weghorst.
Tenhorst.
I don't rate it, bro. At
He-
the 10,
No, he's not a player that you expect to like playing 90 minutes. He was never a player that I see like playing off 90 minutes. When he plays, maybe United don't play their best football, but it also gives a lot of freedom to other players to kind of do something. And then when you want to do something different, then you can definitely take him off of Rashford up top. And that's what happened for both games. I think both games, as soon as we got him off the pitch, we started playing a lot better.
Yeah.
But it's something different where like sometimes the opposition will have to like adapt to different changes because now you're defending Weghorst, and then next half you're defending Rashford. Or sometimes you're defending Weghorst and Rashford, like, or sometimes Weghorst does complement Rashford a little bit more, it gives him a little more freedom.
Do you step up? Do you drop
I
back?
like Weghorst. Is he better than what Ronaldo offers sometimes? Maybe not, but I think he's a better team player.
Tenhorst is a pressing machine.
jeez.
Yeah. And I like the way he runs. He tackles too sometimes, slide
A
tackles.
big lad, bro. I'd be scared too.
Brexit,
bro.
innit? Yeah, Brexit ball.
Tenhorst. But
Crazy,
no,
man.
great football. I'm excited. Man, we got a lot more football left.
Season's just picking up, man. Like I think we had the World Cup break, which was nice.
It
we
was
had
like it
some
was
nice.
so long ago.
I know we had some nice taste of the World Cup, but now Champions League's back, the league's picking up. I think almost all the leagues have a little bit of a title race going, except for maybe Serie A and
International break.
International.
Soon come, yeah.
Yep, in a couple weeks.
But yeah,
get
leagues are picking up, Champions League's picking up, cups are picking up. There's gonna be games sticking fast,
A lot of finals coming up soon, so it's
and
gonna
excited, man.
A lot of Nations League international friendlies.
There's gonna be less days for me to count down in between when my team plays. Instead of having to wait 5 days, I can wait 2 or 3.
Can't
Watch my team play
relate.
again.
Counting
Can't
down the
relate.
days to international soccer.
Damn. Are Barca still competing in the other cup?
What, Copa del Rey? Yeah.
Yeah.
They can still do the domestic treble, right? They already
Yeah.
won one.
Yeah.
Supercopa?
So if they win the league and the Copa del Rey,
It's a W.
that's
bro.
still a good
It's
season.
a W season.
That's still a good season. I think maybe in the summer
Sounds like a great season to me.
like what do you do?
It's
Is
hard.
it depth?
They have the team to compete
That's
in
the
the league,
issue.
but do they have the team to compete in Europe? It's tough.
Maybe pick up some more
players.
players on a free,
Do you think maybe they're too comfortable in La Liga because La Liga has declined so much?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yes. Yeah.
It has for
yes.
sure, but you can't. I'm not too comfortable with 8 points ahead.
Because
You never know.
they're dominating the league. Like they're not conceding. Like they're easily beating teams.
They
2-0,
have the best defense in the
3-0.
league. That's for sure.
Then they come into Europe and it just it looks like it falls apart. And it's not like they're playing
Mentality, bro.
You think it's a mentality thing?
No, I
Players
think
don't
I
have it.
think they can't compete with the other football.
Maybe.
I don't think so. Because even that game they lost against Real in the finals of the Supercopa, Madrid were also not. I feel like they weren't even they didn't really go and get it.
That was a good win for
That's
Barca.
tough to
That
That
was,
was a good one, but
that was a good win.
but
I think the games for me, the most disappointing Barca games were against Inter, because Inter aren't great, and I think those games there you need to come out with at least one win. The fact that you tie and lose, there's tie and loss, right?
Yeah.
You can't do that.
yeah, because
Against Inter.
Madrid can have some great moments and have play amazing football, but they can also play some shitty football sometimes. And it's sometimes I don't know what it is. Sometimes it's just maybe they're not having the best players on the pitch,
That's why they're 8 points back in the league.
but sometimes I don't know. They
Slip
just,
up sometimes.
I think actually maybe tries to rotate the players a little bit because obviously you don't want Rodgers playing every single game. You don't want Cruz playing every single game.
It's also because Ancelotti's a cup manager.
Yeah,
He only won one league at AC Milan.
that's fair too.
Only one.
Did he win last year?
La Liga. Yeah. They won La Liga last year.
Yeah.
Right, the double, right?
Cup
That-
manager, man, perfect for Brazil.
Yeah, could be good. But
But yeah, boys, I think we'll end it off there.
Some good stuff.
Appreciate everyone that chat. JP, MN, Give and Go,
Anthony
Pure Bets,
LaFleur,
Anthony LaFleur,
Will Chan.
Will Chan,
You can finish up with some
JP as well
of the
too.
chat here. It says here, Barca have a one win in the last 15 games in European against teams for the top 5 leagues.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Actually,
It's a horrendous record. If that's true, I don't know if I saw that yet, but if that's true, then
I think it might be true
It's pretty
because if you
scary,
think
bro.
about it, like United, both games they tied
twin tie.
tied and lost.
They drew a lot too in the group stage.
In the group, they lost to Bayern.
yep.
They lost and tied to
To Inter.
Inter. Running it back to last year, they lost and tied against Frankfurt.
Yep.
Was that their first matchup in Europa League 2?
Frankfurt.
Or did they beat
I think it was
someone before that?
I think it was Napoli.
Yeah, they beat Napoli. So that
the
Napoli was
last win.
probably the last win,
Yeah.
or maybe they won one and tied one, because that would make sense. Because one win in 15 games, it sounds bad, but I'm sure there's a lot of ties
Yeah, yeah. I
in
know.
there
Yeah.
too, right?
Yeah.
But they got to win in Europe.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely, man. Well, slowly but surely, Barca will be great again in Europe.
Oh, wow.
Hopefully.
Jesus Christ.
Jeez, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
It says
That
United,
came
United,
through.
United 2 and then United 1. Was it 2-2 Bayern, 3-0 Inter, 3-3 Inter, 1-0 Bayern, 2-0 Frankfurt, 3-2 Frankfurt. They lost both games against Frankfurt?
Apparently.
Yeah, probably.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
1-0 Napoli, 4-2 Napoli, 1-0 Bayern. Oh, so it even goes before.
Oh shit.
It even goes to like the season before.
Yeah.
They probably beat Napoli,
They did.
Yeah, they
Four
did.
but
two.
then they lost way back.
They tied Bayern, lost to Bayern, lost to PSG, tied PSG, lost to Juve twice.
It's tough, man.
And had the stats copied already.
That
bro.
was
copied
crazy.
on the clipboard,
That's
ready to
sick.
go,
That
bro.
was a crazy pace.
that's something to read about. I'll make a post for that tomorrow. It's pretty good, interesting.
It's respectable, but
Yeah.
yeah, boys, thanks for coming out, man. Make sure to like the stream if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't.
Yeah.
You're
Jay
drained.
sound
You're-
bad,
you're
man.
drained, huh?
You need
Little
you need
bit.
a Brazil tattoo on your chest.
You're shooting blanks right now. Man.
Yeah.
You need a Brazil tattoo on
Something
your
like that.
chest.
Where's the pride, bro? Where's the
You need
tattoo?
like Brazil para sempre.
I
and
said I
it's
would have got one if they won the World
Uma
Cup.
Hexa. Put on your body. It's
2026,
It's about
man.
to come.
2026. I'll be there.
Yeah.
No matter.
No matter what. I will love it. I think I deserve it.
Alrighty, guys.
But yeah, boys, thanks for coming out. And you know who we are.
Thanks, Anthony. Thanks, the boys. Cheers.
We out. Peace.
Anthony.
Thanks,
Go.
guys.
You're the goat, Anthony.